Alright. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that whole just talking part and the other live stream. Like, holy crap. I did not mean to talk that much. I meant to at least get some stuff done, but I ended up getting nothing done. And just staring at this. Esketit? What does that mean? Anyways, welcome. Welcome back to Zodiac Axis. My name is Guardian Angel, or Guardian Angel, whichever you prefer. I'm just gonna get back to it. The night has been hectic. Well, sort of. In those days, hectic used to mean something very different. Pulling a long night editing photos, juggling between 18 browser tabs, rehashing a resume in half an hour. So what did it not mean? Getting kidnapped, stopping a war, speaking to millions of people? Even so, I feel nostalgic. Maybe it's similar to getting lost in an amusement park. When you're a kid, it's practically the end of the world. Crowds pressing everywhere. Stifling noise in the crevices of your ears. Hard-soled boots trampling your toes. You're overwhelmed, terrified, you don't know how to handle it. But when you're older, you know how to take care of yourself. You remain calm, you find a map, and you ask someone for directions. Or you don't even notice that you were lost in the first place. You look back to the time when you were lost as a kid, and you shake your head, smile a little, and realize how you've grown up. Whether you wanted to or not. This is my jam. Let's see if Beckett's replied yet. Oh, there's an email from him. Miss Allison Hart, I've looked over your portfolio, rates, and the contract. Everything is satisfactory and appears to be in order. I look forward to working together. Regards, Beckett Armistice.
Hi.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Ah, welcome back. You're the photographer, aren't you? Yes, I'm supposed to take pictures today. Excuse me. No eyes like main character. Yeah. There's definitely not a main character, that's for sure. The boss informed us during the morning meeting. Go ahead. No one should give you any trouble. How's the audio? Oh, no ID check or anything? Don't worry, we know that it's you. Boss is very specific when he describes people. Oh, alright. What exactly did he say? That you look like an intelligent young woman with an aura of general haplessness. Is he right?
Yes.
Yes, very. Okay. I guess I'll just get back to work.
Sure.
I'll just get to work. Let me know if you need anything. It's the lunch rush, so we might be slow, but I'll do my best. Hello to everyone watching. I spent some time snapping shots of the main diner. There were brief glimpses of Brackett racing around to manage the lunch rush, but other than that, I had no chance to talk with her. It didn't take long to get good candid shots, but I decided to wait till after the rush to press some stage presentation photos. So instead, I headed for the service hallway, trying to look perfectly casual as I snooped around. This is probably a perfect chance. Beckett's busy with the lunch rush, and the staff won't stop me, since they know that I'm the photographer. Time to work on my other job. Of course it's locked. I guess that I'll just have to peek through the door's window. Let's see if I can grab a few pictures. Wow, this is a pretty eclectic office. I feel like I'm in a miniature museum. Swords, fans, scrolls. Beckett seems to have a very traditional taste for interior design. Is he a collector? Wow, it's a lot of books. Myths, legends, and mysteries. An extended look at the founders of the Lunar City. The Tiger of Canton Celesti, a novella. Freedom Fanatics, interviews on the Zodiac War. That's pretty strange. All the books are related to Zodiac legends of Zodiac history. There's even books that are written in a different alphabet. Runes? Could it be the Astrali language? But Astrali's ancient. It's dead to non-scholars. Hey you, what is he doing?
Look.
That's not an answer. Who is this? Does he work here? Why does he sound so hostile? I'm a photographer. The manager hired me to take pictures. Beckett did? He knows Beckett? Hold up, he looks really familiar. He's another suspect, isn't he? Yes, he's got to be the package delivery driver. Halt, was it? These connections are getting out of hand. What's he doing here? So, manager hired you as a photographer? Then you won't mind if I look at your recent photos. He sees these. Even a split second of hesitation was enough for Holt. His eyes sharpened and something in the stance coiled, ready to spring. Blowing hot air, are you? What are you hiding? I don't exactly feel comfortable handing expensive equipment to a stranger. I don't even know you, and you don't have a badge, so you clearly don't work here.
Fine.
Then don't hand it over. Open your files, show me from here. I have eyes, I can see a monitor. What do I do? Huh, that's what I thought.
What?
So, tell me without the attitude, why are you poking around Beckett's office? My back was pressed to the wall. The weight of Holt's arm drove into my collarbone. My lungs were pressured, tripled by the intensity of his stare.
Huh?
What are you, huh? Some journalist, info seller, spy? Answer quick. Only thing I hate more than an enemy is a liar. I knew that this was an intimidation tactic. We were in public. If he was going to injure me, he wouldn't do it with potential witnesses just around the corner. I knew that this was an intimidation tactic. He was trying to make me impulsively spill the truth by using fear, but knowing didn't make it any less intimidating. I told you I'm a photographer. You think I'm a moron? I know the look in your eyes. I've seen it before. Speak up. Or do you need more incentive? Pressure. My wound pipe tightened as Holt's arm pressed up to my throat. In public. I was in public. There was nothing to worry about. You wouldn't hurt you? Don't count on it. What do you say? Is it a risk you want to take? Everything was spinning. I couldn't think. The sharp, lethal presence that Holt exuded blocked my common sense. I have to do something. Save! That's what I'm gonna do. Save. Try to fight or call for help. Would anyone really help me? Trying to fight would seem like I was doing something wrong, right? I'm gonna call for help. Hey! Fire! It's a fire!
Hey!
Idiot, you're trying to get yourself killed. Happened in a snap, twitch, blink of an eye. One moment there was nothing in the hallway, and the next, flash of steel, the blur of mint and red did. Sliced down in a textbook diagonal strike, but in the same moment, Halton Augustine seized a metal stand, propped against the wall, swung it, and the sword ricocheted harmlessly, skidding away.
Oh?
Oh, this was unexpected.
Yeah.
I'll say. Saints. Uncle, what did you do this time? You scared the poor girl half to death.
Beckett.
Uncle? You know this kid, Beckett? She's my photographer. She was snooping around your office taking a look at her pictures. Perhaps you were mistaken. She does have a track record of attempting to simulate with cardboard boxes. Dang it, Beckett, won't you take this seriously? You know what this could mean? I am taking it seriously. Miss Allison, are you alright? Me? I'm fine. I was just a little caught off guard. Sure. Would you mind if I look through your camera, or again? Go ahead.
Well.
What, nothing? Have a look if you're not satisfied, Uncle. I'll pass. Here you are, Miss Allison, you have been officially cleared. Only because while you two were chatting, I secretly changed SD cards. That could have been bad. It's a good thing that I took some pictures of the diner yesterday.
However,
I do have to ask, though. Why were you looking into the office? Did you require something? No, I saw a bunch of unusual antiques in your office. I got curious, so I used the zoom lens to take a closer look. I'm sorry. Then why didn't you say that from the beginning? didn't think I could trust you. You were terrifying. You were kind of terrifying. Hmm? You do seem to give off the impression of imminent death, Uncle. I'm sorry. Thought you were an enemy. I didn't mean to scare an innocent kid. Huh? An apology? That's a pleasant surprise. It's fine. I probably shouldn't have been looking through a camera in the first place at someone's personal possessions. Surefire way to make people mad. That's for sure. Beckett, I dropped off the package inside the back entrance. Take a look when you get the chance. Thank you again, Uncle. Have a good day. Well, that was, exciting.
Well...
Uncle Holt tends to bring a lot of excitement, yes. Bucket is back? You mean Beckett? Did he frighten you? I'm actually gonna quiet down. Other people are trying to sleep, so... Yeah, I thought I was actually going to die. Nah, I could have taken him. Nah, I go through this all the time. Dum, 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 I'm actually going to load, I think, this one. I didn't think I could trust you. You appeared so suddenly, and you seemed pretty aggressive. I didn't think I could trust you. No hearts, okay. You do seem to give off the impression of imminent death, Uncle. Okay, no, I like the other one. Nah, I could have taken him. No, I mean bucket. This is a bucket. Nice. Nah, I could have taken him. I go through this all the time. Being pinned to walls, being accused of espionage, simulating with cardboard boxes. You must lead quite an interesting life. I didn't before accepting this job, that is. I like him, so I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, okay. I wanna see what... Nah, I could've taken him. Nope. I wanna see if any of them make the hearts go up, because I like him. I'll just do this one. Yeah, I thought I was actually gonna die. Is this where he reassures me? Yes, perhaps he would have. Apparently not. Are you serious? He would have just killed me? No questions asked? I would have asked questions. Beckett, please. Sorry. Since you were unarmed, he probably wouldn't have hurt you. Very comforting. That guy is not your run-of-the-mill package delivery driver. Actually, I was wondering, what you're carrying, is that a real sword? Do you accuse it of being counterfeit? That's not what I meant at all. It's just, why are you carrying around a real sword?
Normal?
Isn't it normal? It definitely isn't. Oh, interesting. Well, I brought it in the event that the intruder had not been Uncle, but an armed villain with malicious intent. Is that legal? I'm not a weapons expert, but I'm pretty sure that you need a special license to carry a legitimate sword. Well, good to see that you're prepared. Naturally, thank you. And Holt is your uncle? He doesn't look that old. He's just a good friend of mine. Uncle is simply his nickname. Because he acts like an old man? Perhaps. He's smiling, but I'm really getting the sense that I shouldn't pry any further. I'd better get back to taking pictures. Very well. Have a good day, Miss Allison. Let me know if you have any questions. Lol, he is senpai. Yep. Senpai. Come to think of it, my first meeting with Holt was just a bit ironic. A little bit ironic. I'd been sent to investigate the 6 suspected Zodiacs, but instead he ended up investigating me. Would he have killed me if the situation had worsened? No. Had I been in danger? Yes. And a very, very grave danger it was, too. Halt, the fourth suspect I'd encountered. He struck me as a cruel person, vicious, angry, exactly the kind of person who most journalists would adore. Because headliners always followed cruel, vicious, angry people. I didn't adore him. I didn't hate him either. I found him just a little pitiful. Someone with shadows in their eyes, in their words, in their past, always deserved a little pity. But in a way I was mistaken, because vicious people aren't always cruel and angry. People aren't always bitter. No, aren't always... I said that wrong. Tiger, a large feline. Viciously protective, angrily just. Sounds like him, yeah. Phew, what a huge number of photos. Time to head back and get them edited. Maybe I shouldn't have stayed so late. I'd call a taxi, but they're so expensive. Should I just risk the walk? Evening. Huh? Oh, it's this guy. Why is he here? Meeting with Beckett later? Do you always sneak up on people? Not my fault you were Not my fault you were unobservant. I was standing here the whole time. Do you realize how late it is? I do happen to have a watch and eyes. Have a good evening, Holt.
You see.
You know, there's two kinds of people. People who are followed by unfortunate coincidence, and people who make unfortunate coincidences. Wonder which one you are. Sorry, but what's your problem? Why are you always trying to pick a fight? Let's see what happens if I ignore him. Just keep walking. I mean, in a way, he's right. I'm investigating these people behind their backs. Can't really blame him all that much. That doesn't mean I have to like him. Wait. Why do I still hear footsteps? Who's the... Oh, now what?
Look.
What do you think you're doing? Have you never gone outside? Where's your street sense? What? It's nighttime. If you're not going to take a taxi, you'll end up mugged or killed. I hope you realize the irony of that statement coming from you. I do. I'll keep to major streets with pedestrians. Is that good enough? You think that'll do anything? At the very least, you need some kind of company. That gave me a start. If I filtered Halt's gruff words past my patented sarcasm translator, it almost sounded like he was concerned for my safety, and concern seemed extremely out of character for a man like him. Halt is looking fine, yep. I like him. Should I talk to him, or... I kind of want to call him out on it. Sorry, but what's your problem? Why are you always trying to pick a fight? I find it interesting that you're calling me suspicious, considering that, well, you pinned me to a wall and you threatened to snap my neck. Oh, and you also blocked a sword like it was second nature. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I realize you're really shady. Probably the kind of guy who could model for a neighborhood watch sign. So, just let me go home, okay? I'm off to edit some photos and go to sleep. Not rob a bank or stab someone or commit arson. Goodbye, Holt. I mean, in a way, he's right. I'm investigating these people behind their backs. Can't really blame them all that much. I like that one. I don't know, man. Shoot. But that doesn't mean I have to like him. Wait. Why do I still hear footsteps? Who's there? Oh, now what? What do you think you're doing? Have you never gone outside? Where's your street sense? What? It's nighttime. You're not going to take a taxi. If you're not going to take a taxi, you'll end up mugged or killed. I hope you realize the irony of that statement coming from you. I do. I'll keep to major streets with pedestrians. Is that good enough?
Oh.
You think that'll do anything? At the very least, you need some kind of company. And concern seemed extremely out of character for a man like him. I'm guessing that you wouldn't be willing to volunteer. Do you think I want you to get mugged? If you have no other friends to walk with you, I guess I have no choice. Huh, he actually offered, even if it was in a really prickly way. It's never just a simple answer with this one. Wait, the whole time he was waiting outside the diner, was he waiting for me? Since I finished work late? It can't be. He wouldn't be that thoughtful, would he? Or is this his way of apologizing? Well,
no.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Too late. Say that before I thank you next time. Already regretting this. Want your money back? You're a smart mouth, aren't you? You remind me of someone. A friend? A nuisance. What an honor. But even he has a better nature than you. You really know how to charm a girl. Don't take it to heart. Good-natured, bad-natured, none of it matters. If you live long enough, the world will squeeze any good nature out of you. Eventually, there's just the bad nature left. It's only a matter of time.
Get used to it.
This guy seems impossible to get close to, huh? I want to see if I can get any hearts. Yeah, Me? That's really sad. A lot of things in life are sad. Humanity is pretty awful sometimes, but there are some good people. Yeah, I can agree with that. Humanity is pretty awful. Huh? Didn't expect that from a kid like you. Kid, he says. Well, it's hard to look at all the atrocities committed over the course of history and still claim that people are good. Good things do happen, so somehow, somewhere, there's hope, right? Don't think so. I'd like to, but that's wishful thinking. Truth isn't always happy. Maybe not, but I've heard that it's beautiful, at least. It's not. No lawyer worth his salt would say that. Truth is ugly, the ugliest thing you'll ever see. Lawyer?
Had a job once.
You don't need to know. Ever thought there are some situations where you should just let things go? You know, not stir up a fuss. This is getting pretty deep. Deep is when it gets real, kid. You know, sometimes there's consequences to knowing the truth. Bad ones. Sometimes it might not be worth it. I'm almost done with the apology video. Alright. Sometimes it might not be worth it. Then, would you rather live a lie? I wish I could. It's not too late. You can take your life savings, run to the casino, and blow it all on a night of pleasure and escapism. Right. No one finds that fulfilling, even the people who do it. How would you know? Or have you already done it? Think I've done enough to do something like that? I knew a man once, someone who did all that. What happened to him? Didn't get much out of it. He gave up. On being happy? On living. Heard he lay down right where he was and refused to move another step. Eventually he met a kid. Maybe a kid like you. So he cleaned up his act and killed himself. No, worse, he made the kid kill him. Ruined that kid's life forever. Were you that kid? No. Maybe I would have turned out better if I had been. You must have had a really hard life. Maybe. Don't know. None of that's important anymore. The conversation quietly died down. And we walked on in silence. I expected it to be an uncomfortable silence. The kind that always came up between strangers, but it wasn't. Oh, this is my building. Remember what I said earlier? Of course.
Look.
Well, don't remember, that is. You do well to forget a kid. I don't even know why I said all that. I mean, they say that a burden shared is a burden halved, and you sure seem to be carrying a lot of burdens. They're mine to carry, not yours. Run along, it's getting late. His words are always rough, but I think he means well. Thanks for walking me back. Didn't do it for you, but you're welcome. So, Beckett put you up to it? Not Beckett. Then...
You don't need to know.
No one alive. You don't need to know. Good night. What hurts? I like him. His voice actor that maybe got me dead. I like him. Night, kid. August 22nd. Nope. August 23rd. Time to get this USB drive to Beckett. Make sure it's the one without the videos, the pictures of his office.
Hi.
Welcome back, Mr. Lewis. Would you like the usual?
Well...
Actually, today's a little different. Oh, right, already that time of year, isn't it? How time flies. Leaf Lewis was in Beckett's diner, and from the sounds of it, a regular. And from the sounds of it, a regular. So in short, Leaf and July knew each other, Beckett and Hal knew each other, and Leaf and Beckett knew each other. And all of them were supposed to be unrelated strangers. Gingerly, I drew up next to Leaf. He didn't turn, but his eyes darted towards me, and his shoulders stiffened. Good morning. Didn't expect to meet you here. I have to say, the word count of our conversations feels like a concerning trend.
Excuse me.
If I were a different person, I could take advantage of your friendliness. I could pretend to be nice, I could pretend to like you, and then I could scam you, or seduce you, or twist your arm into helping me. Why do you insist on talking to strangers? I mean, it's broad daylight, and your files didn't indicate any criminal record. Also, you're friends with a person like July Regale. Do you think that if I sensed any danger, I'd be talking to you at all? The most dangerous people are the ones who hide it best. What do you really want? What kind of life has this guy lived? Why is he so paranoid? You're suspicious. I still don't know why you're trying to talk to me. The only people who are overwhelmingly persistent with strangers are the ones who want something. So, what is it? Money? A survey? Business marketing? Huh, you really expect the worst, don't you? I can see why July calls him twitchy. I suppose that none of the above isn't an option. Will you even believe my answer?
Yes.
If you're honest. Honest, huh? Then I might as well just probe for my job. It's going to see past anything else anyway. I thought you looked like the type to be an undercover superhero. What? You know, an undercover superhero. The kind who lives an ordinary day by life. What? I like him too. He reminds me of Robert off of Dream Daddy. Ah, Dream Daddy. I like Robert. He's my favorite of all of them on there. Off by day. Oh. Ordinary life by day, but by night uses cool powers to save people. Leaf's hand tightened on his headphones. His face was very tense, like he was fighting between panicking and scoffing and staying completely still. It surprised me. My comment had been casual, more or less. Why such an extreme response? That's ridiculous. Why? Because magic doesn't exist. It's a fairy tale that we tell to children. I didn't say anything about magic. Powers, magic, they're the same thing. Sources of supernatural power. Have you even ordered yet? Why are you here? I felt walls from him soaring up, cutting me off. Wait, Leaf. Oh, you're a little early today, aren't you? The moment Beckett strode into the giant diner, Leaf's entire demeanor relaxed. His posture, which had been wound tight, slowly eased.
Hey.
There's an accident on the road to the cemetery. I want to give myself a good margin. You always give yourself a good margin. Perhaps someone will slice your tires. Perhaps someone will mug you. Perhaps the sky will fall. I'm not that bad. Am I?
Oh.
Oh. But having margin isn't a bad thing. Yes, caution is never a bad thing. Caution's stymied by an overactive imagination, on the other hand. It's not overactive. Oh, not overactive, you say? Then it was perfectly rational to believe that July could never shop alone, or an armed robbery would catch her in the crossfire and kill her. Armed robbery? That seems somewhat unlikely. Indeed, Miss Allison. Moreover, death by simple bullet is too dull for Leaf's imagination. I believe he expected a knife to the abdomen, that sort of wound that would leak stomach acid until her own body was eaten alive. What?
No.
You're exaggerating. Oh? A human would die of blood loss before stomach acid disintegrated the whole body. Ah, but what about part of the body? That's the most painful possibility, is it not?
I think.
Possibly, but there's a lot of layers to get through. The skin, muscle, and sinew, bones, veins, and organs. Should we be having this conversation in a diner? Apologies, Miss Allison. Leaf, I believe we are making the lady rather queasy. Another reason not to talk to us. Leaf just won't let up. Leaf just won't let up. Oh, are you two acquainted? Are the two of you acquainted?
Maybe.
More or less. We met in the park down the street. Ah, yes, you were probably meeting with your chicken. Chicken? Beckett Pardon me, it's nothing. It's nothing. But do tell, how is July? July is the chicken? Wait, Beckett knows July? Why do they call her a chicken? She's doing fine.
Leaf?
Tell me more, Leaf. It's been ages since I last spoke to her. It's been 2 days. Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm so used to her everyday visits, and with Zach's back in school, excuse me, mornings are so empty. That probably means you need more business. Probably, but our profits are doing just fine. Zach's, isn't he another mark?
Miss Allison.
As for you, Miss Allison, what brings you here? Oh, right. I have the photos on this thumb drive for you. Wonderful. And it looks like your order has arrived, Leaf. Leaf's order? Huh? Wait, this can't be right.
Excuse me.
I'll help you with that. Much obliged, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of takeout, and each of those bags has 4 containers. Here you are, Leaf. I should return to work. A diner does not manage itself. Goodbye, Leaf, Miss Allison. This can't be how much Leaf usually orders. Wait, a big order, a cemetery that time of year. Could this be a... A funeral is a birthday, yep. Death anniversary? What is it? Huh? Me? Oh, yay. Your expression is very tense. Oh, no, it's just... I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you, but don't worry about it. I'm not. Wait, did I hear that right? You're, not
No.
sorry? No, I wish he'd died earlier, before he met me. Why is that? He would have saved me a lot of trouble. It's interesting. Why are you honoring his death?
Here's
It's an opportunity to vent. I like the other one. Why are you honoring his death?
Here's the thing.
It's an opportunity to vent. An excuse to visit his grave and yell at him. I'm a little concerned for this guy's state of mind. Was he hurt by this person? But then why would he be honoring their death anniversary? It's not really your business. Did you just read my mind? No, I can read faces, which for you seems like the same thing. You don't even try to hide your expressions. Why would I hide my expressions? So that I won't know how you feel. Why would it be bad for you to know how I feel?
Careful.
Because strangers can manipulate you based on your feelings. Salesmen prey on your desire to fit in and live a happy life. Businesses maneuver the weak-willed into poor contracts. Even group project teammates pile work on the most desperate achieving member. The only way to keep yourself perfectly safe is to never show emotion. This explains the surprising amount about you. As opposed to Beckett, who wants to believe the best in everyone, Leaf seems to believe the worst in everyone. What made him so paranoid?
Well,
I should get going. Don't want to be late. It was interesting to see you again, Allison Hart. Interesting, huh? Do you need any help with those bags? No. Bye. Right. My visit to the diner was finished, but the day was still young. So after some information review, I decided to catch a glimpse of my next target, elementary school teacher Zachary Harvenfest. Let's see. Apparently he's the teacher for the Meadow classroom. Maybe I can just casually stroll by and take a quick peek? I hear voices from the back. I rounded the corner and cautiously peered into the school playground. Jim's shoes punched into the spongy rubber flooring as a group of children swarmed around a broad-shouldered man. There were smiles everywhere, bright laughter, an aura of joy that almost hurt to look at. Teacher, I want to go. You want to go? All right, Patrick, the fate of the world lies in your hands. Pass. That's Zaxxery Harvenfest. Zax gently dribbled a basketball to a boy on the outskirts. The boy crouched and pounced upward, flinging the ball with all his strength. The ball arced and fell short of the hoop by a solid foot, bobbing pathetically to the ground. The boy plopped down and sobbed. I missed! Ouch! Jeez! That hurt my ears. I missed! I'm a failure! Whoa, you can't say things like that until you're an old man like me. Come on, let's go, Pat. Zax snapped the ball up, dumped it into the boy's hands and stooped. Rocket power, engage! Boom! He gripped the boy around the waist and shot up, sprinting towards the hoop while making rocket noises. The boy shrieked in laughter. Go, Chosen One, it's on you! The boy's hands flicked. The ball soared, buoyed by Zax's height, and fell cleanly through the hoop. The boy cheered, his small hands pounding together in thunderous applause, as Zax gently lowered him to the ground. The mob of watching children whined, dogpiling on Zax in a midget-sized clump. Teacher, I want a turn. Me next, teacher. Me. Hey guys, careful, no pushing or someone could get... Ow! Hurt. Ah, crap. The children suddenly spread out, hushing to silence. Zax stood. In the middle of the crowd, I could make out a small girl nursing her ankle, teeth gritted. Come on, guys, what did I just say? Sorry, teacher. Sorry, I don't mean to skip the voices. I love this, and I want to zoom through it, because I love it. Zax stooped next to the ground. She shuffled away. She hissed as her ankle jittered against the ground.
Hey.
Josie, stay still. I'm going to look at your ankle, okay? Fine, Mr. Harvenfest.
Sure?
It's already swelling. Leave me alone, please. Josie, that little girl, wasn't she at Beckett's diner? He was reading her a story, wasn't he? Guess she attends the school. Why is she being so cold to Zax? He seems like a good teacher. Mike, Tim, get the nurse. Yes, teacher.
Wait!
Buddy system, don't get separated. Louisa, Wendy, round up the rest of the kids and bring them back to the classroom. Get Mrs. Taylor to look after you until I'm back. Yes, teacher. Like an organized infantry troop, the class of children formed a respectable line and marched back into the classroom. Zax's influence was almost disconcerting.
Well?
Alright, now all that's left is to wait for... Teacher, the nurse is gone. She's out for lunch. Oh, of course, what luck. Josie, I'm carrying you to the nurse's office. Mike, Tim, head to the classroom. Okay. Josie, here. No, thank you. Look, I have to carry you whether you like it or not. If you try to make it on your own, your ankle will only get worse. Come on. Don't touch me, traitor. What is going on here? Excuse me? Excuse me, I heard some commotion.
Say.
Who are you? Zax instinctively stepped in front of Josie, his stance guarded. Sorry, I don't want any trouble. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. You don't work here. Yeah, I don't. Then why are you stepping in? Well, time to fly by the seats of my pants as usual. I was checking this place out to see if it'd be a good school for my nephew. You could have scheduled an official tour. Tours show nothing but an ideal image. I wanted to see reality, such as, for example, a student calling her teacher a traitor. Josie? No, Josie? Am I being scrutinized by a second grader? Who is the fourth monarch of the June Dynasty? Come again? The fourth monarch June Dynasty. Am I being pop quizzed by a second grader? Zax? Who is the fourth monarch of the June Dynasty? Fourth monarch would be the rabbit, so named Luke. In fact, named Luke is debatedly the most influential poet in all of lunar history. His most famous work is known as the Riddle of Two. Not to be, else will to die. This man who hides his darkness by. It wills to not, but not to still, the second shadow on the hill, it steps in, step along his side. He posed it to the great scholars, and it apparently created such an uproar that they protested for 48 hours outside the imperial house. No food, no water, no sleep, just a lot of noisy complaints about how he'd ruined their pride forever by handing them such an unsolvable riddle. Anyway, Ning Luke is the answer. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even care that only one person was watching this. Someone's a fanboy. Are you calling me a nerd? Because if you are, you'd be most certainly correct. Ha! Got it. Josie, the fourth monarch of the June Dynasty, was not Luke. Sorry, but since your teacher's right here, you should probably just ask him instead. I think you're trustworthy. Let's go. She just marched away. Okay, how can she do that on a bad leg? Was I just tested by a second grader? She does that to everyone she meets. Looks like you passed. Good on you, really. She's a harsher judge of character than I am. Sorry for doubting you at first, but I need to prioritize the kid's safety. Don't be sorry. I'd be worried if you trusted every person who walked on campus. Did you fail Josie's test or something? Is that why she's a little standoffish towards you? Well, that's an oddly intimate question, considering we just met. Good way to break the ice, I figure.
Huh.
No hearts. Dang it. I only have a little tiny bit of hearts with this guy, and then I have, like, almost a full heart with this guy. I'm still happy about it, but I like these two. Oh well. A bit extreme, but you're not wrong. Hee hee. Yes, hee hee indeed. Hi or whatever. Why don't we resume our conversation after you carry Josie over? Oh, right. Josie? Yes? I really don't think you should be walking on that leg. Pain is benefit. Today's agony is tomorrow's strength. What is this kid? Well, there's a difference between building toughness and just injuring yourself further. You don't want your leg to get worse, do you? I'm young, it will heal easily enough. It doesn't matter, being hurt isn't good. Just because you're young doesn't mean that you're invincible. Those are wise words. Good, then I can do this. Hey, that's not fair! You just said that I was wise. I said that you said wise words, which means that I'm right, yes? Well, at least she's not trying to jump out of my arms. So, Josie, just a little tip. When you're trying to determine people's character, quizzing them on monarch lines is probably not the way to go. Imagine if there were a kidnapper who happened to be really good at history. He could have answered your questions just like that. Should I be talking to her about this kind of stuff? She's just a kid. It wasn't about the monarch line. It was about how you handled the question that you didn't know the answer to. Oh? You immediately consulted an expert rather than trying to look smart in front of a child. That takes humility and integrity. Such an articulate second grader. Are they all bred like this nowadays? That's very perceptive of you.
Of course.
Of course, I have to be perceptive to uphold the family honor. Ha, she's not only a miniature adult, she's a miniature knight. Can I keep her?
Oh.
Oh, here's the faculty office. I can wait here on my own. I don't think your teacher will be very happy with that. Mr. Harbenfest will never be my true teacher. Please put me down. Why won't Zax be your true teacher? He is not trustworthy. She almost looks afraid. And earlier she even called him a traitor. Why not? What is your name? Allison. Miss Allison, do you know what is more wicked than thievery? What? Divulging the personal secret of another. I will never tell you about Mr. Harbenfest, Miss Allison. Okay. Yes, very immature of you, Josie. It's good not to gossip.
Hey.
Here's the nurse's office. Thank you for escorting me. No problem. Looks like she's now safely inside. What a cutie. There's no one else here. Zax is probably back at the classroom. He just left Josie alone with me. That's awfully trusting. Even if he couldn't carry Josie, shouldn't he have at least walked with us? This is kind of fishy. Well, I guess it's not my problem. I'll just wait until Zax is done. I think that I ended up falling asleep. Was it from staying up editing photos? Maybe, but probably not. Was it from trying to investigate as a tabloid journalist without drawing suspicion? Maybe, but probably not. Was it from deep in my subconscious? The part of me that never speaks but is always speaking, knowing the troubles of Sexury Harvest? Maybe, but probably not. But if I didn't subconsciously know the troubles of Saxbury Harvenfest, maybe I knew the troubles he would eventually bring. Did I fall asleep?
Oh?
Oh, Sleeping Beauty's awake. Where did you come from? Where did you come from? Honestly, I've been here the whole time. That sounds really bad. Watch me sleep? What a creeper. 12. No, I was just sitting here reading. Oh, I got a little bit of heart, I think. Hold on, I want to make sure. Yeah, no heart here.
Yeah.
The little teehee. Watch me sleep? What a creeper. Okay, so this means I got a heart, so. 12! No. I was just sitting here reading. I mean, you were sleeping, and even if this isn't elementary school, it's not safe to sleep outdoors, especially if you're a cute girl. Just saying. Thanks for your help earlier, Miss Allison. My name is Allison. Allison, huh? Huh? My name is... Actually, how did you know my name? What?
Well.
Since when? Earlier, when Josie quizzed you. Who was the fourth? What? Come again?
Huh.
Called me Zax. Crap, what do I do? Should I bluff and claim that he told me earlier? Should I make up some story about meeting him a long time ago and he just doesn't remember? Should I feign confusion and say that it was an instinctive and I myself didn't know? Everything sounds ridiculous. Well, there's a funny story behind that. Hey, you don't have to look so serious, you know? I'm just curious. This isn't an interrogation or anything. Oh, right. I just successfully psyched myself out. Maybe it's because my previous meetings were traumatic. Beckett first met me when I was sneaking around the back hallway. Leaf was being Leaf. And Halt tried to kill me, kind of. But Zack seems really laid back. I think I can finally relax. I overheard some of the kids saying my name earlier. Ah, that makes sense. So what brings you to this school? Old memories? Yeah, something like that. Perfect. Can I get your number? Wait, what? Why?
You know.
You're smart, you're cute, and you seem good with kids. It can't be. Have you ever considered becoming a teacher? Yeah, it can't be. I'm not really the teaching type, I
Wise
think.
man once said.
Everyone teaches at some point in their lives. It's just a question of who and how. Try my platitude. Thanks, I have a whole collection of them. So, what do you say?
Hey!
I smell a con scheme, Rise. Are you trying to blackmail someone into substituting for you again? What? What? You wound me, Jules. Wait a minute. July, as in the singer July, whose audio engineer is Leaf, who is close friends with Beckett, whose uncle is Halt. How could anyone claim that there's no connection between the suspects?
Hi.
Oh, hi, are you Rye's new target? Rye's target? Don't listen to him, little dumpling. He just wants more people to fill up his potential substitute roster so he can play hooky more often. That's not true. I'm just trying to give more people this fulfillment of raising the next generation. You hear that? Shady. All of it really shady. Hang on.
Sweet saints!
Of the sea. You're the darling Honey Nugget fan. Yes, I am.
What?
You two know each other?
No way!
You two know each other? And you two know each other? This must be destiny. I just love unexpected connections, don't
I
you?
don't know.
I guess it depends on what scale is the unexpected. Rhetorical question, Rise. Of course, everybody loves unexpected connections. Points aside, we're digressing.
Reese.
Reese, could you lend me your voice again? Why is he called Reese? Reese. Well, Honey Nugget, that's a bit of a long story. Something we don't have time for, unfortunately. Tell you later? If we see each other again, sure. Of course we will.
Darling Honey Nugget.
Totally Honey Nugget. He's flirty type. It's obvious that the chains of fate have already tied us in the same boat. Chains of fate, or just a really eccentric tabloid boss.
Jules.
So, Jules, when do you need me to record? Record? Is he also a singer? Is he also a singer? Files didn't indicate that he was a musician. That he was a musician. Maybe it is just his hobby. Honey Nugget! Yep. Honestly, at this point, maybe I should just forget about the files.
Right.
We can record at your earliest convenience. I'll substitute for 3 days. That should work, right? Since I'm already in their system. You sure know how to make a deal. Should we go practice at your house? Sounds good. We'd be ditching the darling Honey Nugget, though. Oh, please, go ahead. I was just passing by anyway. Well, if you say so. Let me treat you sometime, though, okay? It's the second time I've done this to you, so I feel kind of bad.
Say.
Oh, and Allison, at the very least, let me offer you a favor. For helping Josie out. Redeemable anytime. Thank you, I'll let you know. Well, see ya. Have the loveliest of days.
Allison.
Have the loveliest of lovely days. Bye, Allison. Call me crazy, but I get the feeling that we'll be seeing each other quite often. Stop trying to seduce people as potential substitute teachers, Reese, and leave the poor dumpling alone.
Jules.
It's not seducing. I'm not seductive. I'm Jules. That's adorable. Instinct. It's something that's unexplainable. Some are more attuned to it than others. Some believe in it more than others. Some use it more than others. Excuse me, but when it comes to instinct, there's another... Excuse me, jeez, there's always two incontrovertible facts. One, it exists, and two, it rarely makes sense. Reporters usually need it, but normal people? Then again, it's not like you could say that Zachary Hardenfest was a completely normal person. Half normal, perhaps. That's the closest you can get. From an outside perspective, maybe my first meeting with Zax was something cute and fluffy and enviable. Something that would show up in novels or TV dramas under the category of romance fiction. Plot point A. Young, compassionate woman meets laid-back, kindly teacher. Plot point B. Destiny continuously leads the two to each other. Plot point C. A courtship of purity, sweetness, and tender beauty begins. Plot point D. The woman learns a dangerous truth. Of course, such a perfect story relies on two vital points. One, the young woman and the laid-back teacher met each other without any previous ulterior motives. Two, the laid-back teacher is who he seems to be. Unfortunately, in this case, neither point was true. Ox. A bovine. Honest-natured. Dangerous when provoked. Intriguing. He is a cutie. Yes, he is. August 24th. Stretching. He is a cutie. Only one person left. Marin Teller, a successful entrepreneur. Apparently, her most recent business venture is a music store called Audius. It's literally 1 block away from Beckett's Diner. Is that a coincidence? Coincidence? I think not. You sounded like a cat. I get that a lot. And here we are. A friendly little music store, huh? I'm surprised that an entrepreneur would expect this to sell well. Feels almost like a casual coffee shop. Do I see a familiar face? I think I do. What's that? Pretty sure that's you, dude. Priority target? How do I choose the priority target? Feels almost like a casual coffee shop. Looks like customers can just come in and listen to music. Vinyl records, cassettes, CDs, everything from vintage to modern. The vintage stuff is pricier, but it's not ridiculous. I wonder how they make money.
Miss?
Oh my gosh. Hi, welcome to Audius. Can I help you? Why do I keep running into this guy in random places? Hi, what are you doing here? I work here, how can I help you? He's a clerk for a music store. Is that a good idea? I was looking for the owner. Already? Huh? What do you mean already? We've only been talking for 1 minute. Why are you so quick to call for the manager? I'm not reporting you. I just wanted to meet the owner. Why? I'm curious about how this business works. It's a store. People buy music. You don't say. But that doesn't explain how this place earns profit. Most people buy their audio digitally nowadays, and the fact that there's a free listening policy is almost a disincentive for purchases. I was just curious on how this place makes money. You're here to learn about business? Well, Marion Teller is a businesswoman. I figured that she'd only respect, well, a business-related reason.
Camera girl.
Hey, camera girl, are you intentionally loitering at the checkout line, or is the purchase of an item sometime within your 5-year plan? Ah, oh, well, that's convenient. Foolishness. Loitering is always highly inconvenient. That is why it is commonly prohibited.
Well,
She was actually looking for you, Miss Teller. Me? What for? An interview? Journalists, death itself could not be more persistent or odious. What makes you think she's a journalist?
Obviously.
Camera, obviously. She's a photographer. As are all journalists. I don't like the direction it's headed. I was just passing by the music store and I found it interesting. I couldn't think of how a physical music store could be seen as a market right for profit. Good question. The answer is simple. It is not. Pardon? It will not result in a sizable profit. In fact, breaking even would be a miracle in and of itself. But aren't you an entrepreneur? Isn't making money important?
I see.
Ah, I see. You are a corporate spy. Pardon?
Well.
Not only are you already aware of my identity, but you are seeking information on my latest business agenda. Looking to uproot me? I would ask who hired you, but I'm certain you would say nothing. Corporate politics definitely have nothing to do with this. If I gave my detailed business plans to any poor soul who asked, I would not have it sent to my name. People are innate liars and thieves. They hear and they steal. Hence why the patent system is also such a necessity. Okay, fine. Just don't tell me anything. Do you always accuse your customers of being corporate spies?
Naturally.
You are not a customer. A customer is defined by an incoming transaction, of which you have made none. Miss Teller, weren't you supposed to limit your visits? Has she scared away customers before? Little wonder, with a personality like this. Luce, do not give me that face. I trust my intuition. This woman is not a potential customer. She is a predator. A predator?
Suppose.
Let me ask you a question. Camera girl. Suppose there are 2 snakes, one that has been raised in the wild, as is its natural state, and one that has been raised in a civilized household. The snake within the civilized household has been pampered with love and accepted as its treasured pet. Which is more dangerous? Domesticated snake. I don't know where she's going with this, but I'm going to assume that it's a trick question. The domesticated snake. Good. Domesticated snake harbors the same destructive potential as its wild counterpart, but it is unaware of. At that moment, its dormant instincts could spring awake. A domesticated snake is unpredictable, and that is its greatest threat. Whereas one always knows how to act around wild snakes. This lady has several severe issues. Guys, I made the apology video. Please see it. I will, no worries. I will definitely look at it, don't worry. A loving family raised a boa constrictor as one of their own. It suffocated the father upon reaching adulthood. It had lived peacefully for years, and yet all it took was one moment to change. Wait, is that a real story? Look it up. Why bother asking me whether I'm lying about my own words? Right. And what's your point with this whole snake thing? What do you think? Everyone is a snake. Everyone is a snake. The snake is everyone. What manner of new age Baldur's recently developed worldview? What's next? I'm the snake, you're the snake, we're all the snake? No, camera girl. Okay, cool. You're saying that I'm the snake, that I'm unpredictable, that because I'm trying to be nice and civil and not being obvious about my intentions, I'm dangerous, that if you humor me, I could end up backstabbing you. I'm glad that you see the truth. So, Why are you, a respectable young woman outside the target demographic, entering this music store? Why are you, a citizen with a camera, speaking with the owner about her business agenda? And why do you, a person who I have seen for the first time, already know my name and occupation? Very little about this visit makes sense, bearing three explanations. 1, you are a journalist. 2, you are a corporate spy. 3, you are romantically infatuated with someone who frequents this place, whether a customer or a clerk. I see you're surprised. Naturally, I do not claim to understand the workings of the ridiculous, inefficient concept of non-platonic emotion. That being said, it is a highly probable option that I cannot afford to neglect. So, what shall it be? What shall it be? Is the idea of someone being randomly curious foreign to her? Maybe it is, because she lives and breathes in an atmosphere stuffed with business politics. What am I supposed to say?
Wowie.
Wowie, it's Mars. Are you serious? More connections? Let's just say that everyone is married to each other and call it a day.
Hiya.
Hiya, Twitchy. We're here for the recording session. I'll meet you two in the back room.
Oh.
Well, if it isn't Harborfest and you're Gale.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mars.
Well?
How's business? Doing well, enough, naturally. Off the record. Reese is giving me some background vocals. Isn't that sweet of him? Not particularly. Is it not a symbiotic exchange rather than a gift? How many days did you offer to substitute this time? Hey, I mean, I like it too. The kids are super adorable. You should give it a try sometime, Mars. But all that is good on this earth, please, no. I would rather cast the crown jewels to a passel of hogs. Regardless, I shall leave Lewis to attend to this business. Take care.
Camera girl.
As for you, camera girl, let us not meet again. I feel it would result in misfortune. Goodbye to you too. Hey, wait, it's you. Huh? Oh, yes, hi.
Sweet saints!
It's the honey nugget. This is the what, 5th time? 3rd. It must be destiny. We're fated to be sisters for life. Let's meet up for coffee sometime. I know this great diner that makes the best brew ever. Diner, huh? Don't tell me. So, how did you find Mars? Mars is in Marin, right? Jules is curious because Mars is a bit, well, rough around the edges, as you probably learned. That's one way to put it. Oh, don't be discouraged. She gave you the talk, didn't she? The talk? You know, about domesticating wild snakes and how you domesticate a snake. Oh yeah, she did. Don't think too much about it, okay? She does that to everyone. It's a sign that she wants to like you. True, if she didn't like you, she would have formally introduced herself and started networking. That's when you know you need to run. So, it's no biggie if she calls you a predator? She called you a predator? Is that a bad thing?
Hey.
It's a compliment from her. Very bad, then? A compliment. Very, very bad from the sound of it. Well, I've gotta get to work for now. But let me give you my number. I'm serious on the coffee deal, okay? Oh, thanks. See ya. Is a compliment from Marin synonymous with the plague?
Well...
We're just overthinking things. Don't freak out about it. That doesn't sound ominous or anything. Hey, on the bright side, my intuition was on point. I predicted yesterday we'd be seeing each other quite often. Who knew that it'd be this soon, right? I love the glint of his glasses. Thanks, guys. No problem. I will always be there for my friends. Well, apparently July and I are fated to be sisters, so that's the thing. What about us? Us? Wouldn't you say that this feels like fate? Are you hitting? How are you hitting on me? I like teasing him. Are you hitting on me?
What the?
It's a... Crap, no. I was implying, you know, destined as teacher and substitute or something. Oh, sorry. I was implying, you know, destined as teacher and substitute or something. Oh, right. Are you really that crazy about getting substitute teachers? How do you keep your job at that school if you never actually teach? I teach plenty. It's just, you know, it's kind of sad as children are only surrounded by a homogeneous environment throughout their entire early development. Same classmates, same teachers, same building, all from the ages 6 to age 11. But introducing them to people from different occupations and cultural backgrounds to get a more holistic view of society. That's eloquent, but it also sounds like a bunch of hogwash. Eloquence is my specialty, usually. And hogwash? Also my specialty. How do you even get past the paperwork?
You know.
All you need is a bachelor's degree from any accredited 4-year university. And no criminal record. No teacher's credentials required. Really? Yep, it's just a substitute teacher for teaching for elementary schools. Kids, after all. A fingerprint test and some paperwork later and you're good to go. Unless you have a criminal record. I don't know. That one time where I broke into a federal prison might reflect poorly on my character. Broke into, not out of. Does it matter?
Well,
Well, one goes one direction, the other goes the opposite direction. Eloquent. My specialty. Hey, Breeze, get your lazy bum over to this mic. Ah, right. Well, it was nice talking with you, Allison. I've got to go pay my dues. Let me know when you need to cash in that favor, okay? You know where to find me. Insert Lenny face. What is with you guys and Lenny faces? 4 suspects in half an hour. I always thought that it had been a bit excessive. At the time, I was optimistic. I believed that maybe I'd just been lucky. Now, well, I don't think that's the case. I think that they were unlucky. Once there was a girl. Most believe that she never had a childhood, but that's false. Everyone has a childhood. Everyone was born at some point, wailing and screaming and fragile in a beautiful bundle of life's beginnings. Not everyone has the privilege of staying young, but that's a different story. Once there was a girl. She was very, very clever. This clever girl learned certain ordinary things from a young age, like manners and arithmetic and the inner workings of running a business. She also did not learn certain things that she should have ordinarily learned, like empathy and love and altruism. Once, this clever girl grew into a clever woman, and that was her problem. Frankly speaking, that's everyone's problem. She was too caught up in being clever to see where it led, the lonely, lovely road paved with blood and iron. And in the end, all it took was one person to bring her life crashing down. Destiny. Preordained. Self-made and self-inflicted. Huh, so this time it's not an animal. That's interesting.
Miss Hart.
Ah, Miss Hart, splendid timing. Here to report, sir. I found something kind of weird. All the suspects are well acquainted with one another. I recall that you mentioned that none of them were connected, so what does connection have to do with being Zodiacs? I don't get your meaning. Have you discovered anything about their powers? Well, no, they haven't shown any signs of having powers. Isn't it weird that they all know each other, though? It is not related to the supernatural, therefore we shall have no part in it. No part of it. But them all being connected could be a huge point of evidence. Really? How so? Well, I mean, if one is a Zodiac, then doesn't it make it more likely that the others are also Zodiacs? And as one is Zodiac, that investigation is still pending. Then for now, it has nothing to do with us. Am I crazy? Am I the only person who thinks that this is weird? He doesn't seem to care in the slightest. Do not misunderstand. Think of it this way. Assuming that the suspects all hold spirits of the Zodiac, when of course they would be affiliated, our focus is on determining whether they hold those spirits, not on the details of their affiliation. Did you guys hear that? My stomach just growled. But I can't eat anything because I already brushed my teeth. Yes, sir. Good. Now I have your first article assignment. As you must be aware, Founders Day is imminent. 5 days, and I am not looking forward to all the traffic. The biggest holiday of the year is a lot of fun, but not for people who need to drive anywhere. It's hard. As a supernatural tabloid, our reader base will be expecting an expose on Founders Day. Think of a concept and execute it tomorrow. Tomorrow? Hello media deadlines. Yes, sir. It can be brief. Make sure it's original. Citizens of Lunar City are quite tired of the same old overviews. Yes, sir. May fortune find you. Farewell, Miss Hart. An original, exciting, accurate article by tomorrow, right? Guess it's time for an all-nighter. Gotta research a bunch of sources, make some calls. Doesn't he have other writers for this? Oh well, the job is a job. Since this article will be on Founders Day, maybe I should take a look at some weird Founders Days of the past. Excuse me. If nothing else, it does seem to attract some odd events. The only remaining question is, how sensational should I be? Excuse me, jeez. If I don't throw in a hook, no one will read it. But I don't want to completely neglect accuracy either. There has to be some kind of midpoint. I just pushed a random button. I just happened to push H, which makes it disappear. Huh. August 24th, 820 LE. Okay. Canton Silo. On August 29th, the streets of Lunar City will come to life with prismatic lights, vibrant music, and masses of civilians dressed in traditional salon for the most widely celebrated holiday of the year, Founders Day. Founders Day, announced by the Executive Cabinet as a national holiday following the Civil War. Aims to remember Lunar City's cultural roots pushed from the Department of Culture. It serves as a day of legend for the founding of Lunar Men. What? Lunar Men? Why did I say that? Lunar City, which was purportedly started by 12 ancient men and women known as the Zodiacs. Not all Founders Day is strictly in the past. Even in recent years, the holiday has attracted a myriad of unusual, inexplicable events that credited to mythological origins. On Founders Day of 792 LE, a masked figure garbed in traditional lunar wear materialized on the rooftops of Canton Silo. Without the formality of a personal introduction, this figure proceeded to aid various causes throughout the day, such as abating fires, locating missing persons, and aiding charity work in the slums of the canton. Mesmerizing audiences with his powerful charisma and quiet charm, the figure was clearly a Zodiac. Clearly one of the Zodiacs of old. Authority figures were less than enthusiastic. Obviously the intention is good, said Police Superintendent Jerry Hoyts. But we can't just have unlicensed civilians running around like they're seasoned experts. A lot of people can get hurt that way. True to their words, the Lunar Police Department dispatched orders to take the masked man into questioning. After being outmatched by the powers of the Zodiac, they came up empty-handed. Within 24 hours from his first appearance, the mysterious man had disappeared without a trace. Investigations continued for months, but one scrap of evidence was found. Personally, I find the man somewhat admirable, said Theodore Lewis, one of the notable 12 chairs of the Executive Cabinet as the government's Secretary of Health and Human Services. Someone needs to help the citizens. Yes, vigilantes can be concerning, and freedom fighters can easily cross the line into terrorism. Does that mean unlicensed citizens should just sit idly by and watch someone burn to death in their own house? After 28 years, the case is still without leads, and has presumably been dropped. General public sentiment seems to consider the masked man as a vigilante, or at best, a well-wishing citizen. The prospect of a real Zodiac from the legends is not entertained. The close-minded authorities. Our records in 400 LE, specifically during the Zodiac War, are really inadequate, and that's a problem, said Marion Hayworth, Secretary of Culture of the Executive Cabinet. We have very little concrete evidence on the existence of real Zodiacs. For now, they're just a pleasant urban myth and nothing more. Historian Lisa Berry elaborated further on the state of historical documents. Most records were burned or destroyed during the Zodiac War. It was a time of utter anarchy and chaos. You couldn't walk to the grocery store without possibly getting knifed or mugged, and that's if you were lucky enough to have your grocery store still standing. When asked about pre-war documentation, Berry's reply was frank. We can't say whether the records that specifically mention Zodiacs hold historical validity, or whether they're simply popular literature from the time. Most of what we're able to extrapolate is cultural and societal aspects. How they ate, how they farmed, how they set up an executive cabinet of 12 secretaries, how they founded the original 4 cantons and later added on a 5th. All of these facts are known, but there are no official records on supernatural beings. Witnesses. claimed that they saw supernatural powers. Saw incredible magical abilities. So the masked man display incredible magical abilities, proving the existence of the legendary Zodiacs. That dude was strong, and, like, I don't mean he's one of the top benchers at the gym, said current football coach Chad Fellow. He lifted a car off of a kid. He vanished without a trace to the point where the police can't find neither hair nor hide, said Dave Wren, owner of Wren Hardware. What other explanation do you need? I was a little girl at the time, reminisced author Maggie Kelly, but I'll never forget what I saw. His hands were glowing like white fire. His eyes were alight beneath his mask. I've never seen human eyes like that. Never. Kelly is a prolific author of 14 novels, all of which are centered around Zodiac legends. She was rescued by the masked man when her residence caught fire due to a gas leak. Like Kelly, many citizens were swept up in the idea of the Zodiac's return. The sighting, as Founders' Day of 792 LE would be called, spurned an unparalleled boom of entertainment and media revolving around the Zodiacs for nearly 2 decades. Referred to as the Legend of Boom, the myths of old were regarded with new interest. Recently, trends have settled into a more diverse focus, though the Zodiacs have never gone forgotten. Citizens are encouraged to keep their eyes and ears open for any paranormal sights on August 29th, as Founders' Day has a history of attracting unusual events. There, that could cater to this supernatural audience more than enough, right? Time to turn this in and finally get some sleep. Weird dreams? Nope. Dang. August 25th. Beep a deep. Hello, Oofies. Hi. Oh my. Oof, I'm getting tired. Finally done being edgy. Awesome. And if you're tired, hi, or whatever, you should probably go to sleep. I took a pretty long nap today, so I'm not really tired yet. I missed some things about college, but all-nighters is not one of them. I wonder if there's been any feedback on the article so far. And look at that, 322 comments and growing. Supernature traffic working its magic. The only difference between this article and the others is that the writer bothered to use spell check. Ouch. 12 alive, not more than his speakers do actually believe this. Not gonna lie, buddy, I'm kind of with you there. We post this on 5 different pages, or your mother will die in a car crash. In 406, the Zodiacs possessed Sarah. She was pulled into the abyss. Remember Sarah? 99% of people won't post this for you. Pets of nature getting more and more sensational. What a surprise. Huh. You guys shouldn't have been so scandalous. I got free. There's always one. Pretty brutal reception. I should probably rethink how I write these articles. Did I save before that? I don't think I did. Oh, whoopsie. The boss. Hello?
Miss Hart.
Well done. Oh, thanks. The quality of your writing certainly speaks for itself, and your angle of approach has garnered quite some traffic. As expected, your articles are of considerable worth. Well, sir, writing is what you hired me for. Not really. Pardon? Oh, nothing. That sounded strange. Okay, if you say so. Okay, sir, if you say so. Waiting for our vid to upload. It's almost done. It's taking forever. Ugh, I know that feeling. It sucks. Okay, sir, if you say so.
Indeed.
I do indeed. Farewell, Miss Hart. Now I'm wondering why Pathfinder really hired me. I mean, his interview was pretty shoddy. It felt like he'd already made up his mind to accept me before he even called. What if I'm being used? Working for Supernature is starting to get to me. I should just work for this job that's putting a roof over my head and food on my table. Okay, now I've met all the suspects, it's time to consider my next steps. Founders' Day brings up a pretty good opportunity. I could just invite them to one of the pages, spend some time with them, do a little digging. Who should I focus on? I could hold Leaf Zax. Oh boy, this is where I finally find my primary target. Oh, I really like Beckett, Holt, Leaf, and Zax. I like them all. So today I tried gummy sushi and the California rolls were really gross. Cool. That sounds nice. I want to try smoked salmon sushi because it's actually, cooked. The salmon is, at least. Who should I choose? Okay. Beckett, hold. I'm thinking either one of these two. Beckett's really cool though, really nice. Holt or Zax? Holt or Zax, got it. Is there a way to... Is there possibly a... Okay, hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? What are those things that you know? Choose two numbers, one of two numbers or something like that. I'm thinking one of them could be 1 and one of them could be 2, and then you could number 2. Random number generator? Oh, one number between 1 and 2. Get random. 2. Wait, who was who? Okay, let's do... Halt is 1 and Zax is 2. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh. 1, okay. This is rigged. Okay, hold on. It keeps getting the same number unless I refresh it. Which one? I don't know which one. I have a feeling Halt would be really hard to get close to, so I think I'm gonna go with Zax. But before I do anything else, I'm going to the bathroom. Really bad. I'll be back. blanket up there. It's so cold. Even though I love this heated blanket, it sucks. It doesn't work half the time, and no one's watching anyways. I hate when that happens. Everyone leaves. Everyone leaves me eventually. I'm so weird. Okay, cold. Very, very cold. Ooh, okay, that might help a lot. Considering I'm barefoot and my feet are freezing. Okay, so I think going with Zach's on this one. No matter what you say, you're not going to change my mind. But I think I am going to do another playthrough. I'm going to have this be the walkthrough for Zach's. And then I'm going to have another playthrough. And then I'm going to have another walkthrough for all the other characters. Like, I'm going to have one playthrough for each, because I want to see what happens. But from now on, I'm going to choose... I'm going to only choose the good endings. I'm going to try to choose choices that either if that I know, you know, increases the little hearts thing. Either gonna do that, or if I can't increase the hearts, then I'm going to what's the phrase I'm looking for? Choose the one that most fits me, what I would say. So we're going with Zach's. I was right. Tickets to the pageant? Check. Flawless excuse? Check. Obligatory nervousness? Check, unfortunately. Why is it only a little head? Oh cool, you gain... Yeah, I gained hearts. Right, here goes nothing. Ouch! Ear rape. Any moment now.
Denizen Constable.
Denizen Constable. Oh, it's Josie. Hi Josie. Denizen Constable. Constables are officers of the peace. You kept the peace when you offered to help the other day. So, you are a constable, but your position is not official, therefore you are only a denizen. Right. Are you here for Mr. Harvenfest, Your Honor? Yes. Are you a loan shark? Pardon? I overheard Mr. Harvenfest saying he owed you something. Are you gonna make him donate a kidney? I have no clue where this girl gets her ideas, but I sure hope they're not from school. No. Why would you think of something so horrible? We're just here to talk. Isn't that what all loan sharks say? And how exactly would you know that? Isn't it normal? It definitely isn't.
Hey.
Hey, Allison. Farewell, Your Honor.
Good to see you.
I hope I didn't keep you... Ow! What the heck was that? Oh. Okay, hold on. My hearing is fine, so I don't think my eardrum popped or anything. That was weird. Oh no, it was fine. I was just chatting with Josie? Josie? Yeah.
Well...
Hey, don't worry about it. Her avoiding me is nothing new. I'm used to it. So, what's with the sudden text? You said you wanted to cash in that favor? Yeah, I did.
Uh-huh.
Is this for me? Yep. It's a ticket for a pageant on Founders Day. You down? Honestly, I'm just surprised that you're inviting me. Isn't it normal for people to invite each other to the pageants? Symbol of unity, goodwill, nationalist pride. You don't like it? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I love pageants. My family used to reenact one every year during our big holiday reunions. It was a blast. Oof, I'm listening to myself on your other stream, and I sound awful. Lol. You don't sound awful. Seriously, this is a gift, not an obligation. I think that I just sank into more debt. Oh, well, that worked out nicely. A bit too nicely, maybe. But, don't worry about debt. Josie already thinks I'm a loan shark. I think she secretly cares for you, or at least your kidneys. Is that your way of asking for some backstory? Can't blame a girl for being curious, can you? She avoids you like the plague. Sorry, but I don't think I can oblige unless you lose your favor. Oh, now. Whoa. Now, that favor's a precious thing. Whoa, now, that favor's a precious thing. I think I'll hold on to it until I'm in prison with bail posted. Well, have some mercy on my finances. Oh my gosh, his laugh was adorable. I'm just a school teacher, remember? And I'm pretty sure they don't have educational discounts for bail. I'll do my best to keep the charges to petty theft and larceny. You know, you're really easy to talk to. So are you. You're very normal. Normal? Who have you been talking with recently? Let's just say interesting people and leave it at that. See you at the show?
Yeah.
I'll be there. Thanks for inviting me. August 25th, August 26th, August 27th, August 28th, August 29th. Wow. I could sleep for days. Wow, this place is really nice. Usually I only see the pageant at small theaters, but thankfully Pathfinder's willing to reimburse bigger expense. I wonder how much money Supernature makes. They probably get tons of advertising fees. Well, I guess I'll just take my seat and wait. Why do I feel like someone's watching me? Yeah, he's staring at me alright. Or maybe he's staring at someone behind me? That'd make more sense. I've never seen this guy before. Is he mouthing something? He's not looking away. There has to be someone behind me, right? Don't see anyone. Wait. Where'd he go? Okay, Allison, calm down. Don't overthink things. This job is making you paranoid, that's all. Oh hey, this is the right place. Sax, I'm glad you came. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
A wise man once said,
Life is a stage, but most of us are desperately unrehearsed. Don't you think that's going to plays could teach us good life lessons? Hi, or whatever, let's talk on my Discord. Oh, okay, yeah. Sounds deep. I like sounding deep, especially when I have no clue what I'm talking about. I bet the kids give you a hard time for that. If they knew any better, they probably would. But I take advantage of the fact that a teacher doesn't need to know everything, just more than his students. Kind of like the zombie quandary. Zombie quandary?
You know.
If you and your friend are being chased by a rabid zombie, you don't need to run faster than the zombie, just run faster than your friend. Ooh, what a cutthroat world, you poor friends.
Nah.
Your poor friends, they can handle it. Besides, I make it up to them by bringing them to awesome shows. Awesome shows?
Well,
the truth is, I invited a few friends to this show.
Hiya.
Hi, Honey Nugget.
Miss Allison?
Good afternoon, Miss Allison. Ooh, nice clothes. Oh, someone's dressed up. Oh, wow. Should I not have invited them? No, it's great, really. And it literally couldn't get more convenient for me. Except if Marine came too, but I always knew that'd be a long shot. We should all sit down. Do you guys know where your seats are?
Yep.
We're all in this row, actually, right next to each other. Really? But our tickets should be in different batches.
Don't worry.
A friend took care of the matter. A friend. Marin, you met her already. Marin went through all the trouble of helping them sit together? That doesn't sound like her. Oh, don't you just adore Founders Day? Look at all the pretty Kislan. It's like art. Kislan or something like that. I always wish I were good at art, but I learned, and my dear granny, bless her soul, affirmed that I have the artistic talent of a belligerent mongoose. You can compose, Jules, and sing, either of which have anything to do with color or fine motor skills. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Twitch.
You know,
the history between Kislan is really interesting. They were first made out of woven cloth until silk was discovered, but even though the rich could afford the silk key, only government officials were allowed to wear silk in public. It was a status symbol. It shows how people will try to differentiate themselves from just about anything, right? Now, thanks to industrialism and civil rights, anyone can have a silk key. Someone's leaking his inner history teacher.
Well,
Except key aren't silk, not anymore. Silk's too heavy. People aren't used to that kind of weight on their clothes. Huh, then what are they made out of? Propellant, chiffon, polyester, stuff like that.
huh?
What is it?
Uncle.
She appears startled.
Huh?
What for? How your thuggish appearance belies extensive knowledge on sewing. Thuggish might be a bit harsh. I guess I just didn't expect you to be the type to like fabric. Nothing to do with liking fabric.
Had a job once.
You don't need to know.
So...
Pop knows everything. That's why we call him Gramps or Dad or Uncle. Well, that makes more sense. Kislan. I find it rather fascinating that certain terms have kept their Australian roots, even though it is now considered a dead language. Maybe because it refers to something traditional.
Perhaps.
It's very possible. The literal translation of Kislan is vestments of the moon. Ki were once made by the hands of select artisans. Many of them symbolize stories, culture, or family history by utilizing specific decorative elements. More than mere clothes, ki are seen as chronicle, an artifact, a memento. Does your ki tell a story? Uh-oh, don't get me started. It certainly does. This has been handed down for generations. Great care has been taken to preserve the fabric. If you look closely, the brown embroidery reflects the sinuous beauty of fire. The flame-colored flowers, which are gladioli, represent the sword. Their color represents the motif of flower. Fire. Or flower, one of those two. The fire, yeah. The key's primary color is deep crimson, which is indicative of blood. And the edges bear motifs of white flowers. White symbolizes death. If you may recall, typical funeral fare was pure white to signify innocence for departed souls. Therefore, with everything together, you may infer that this key represents or cooking something complicated. Oh, that one. Represents the destruction of war. Fire, swords, blood, death. Precisely. It's a chronicle of a specific war, isn't it? Could it be probably what you're thinking? Yes. You really do love history, don't you? He does. Too much. Even filled his head up with the old language. In all fairness, Uncle's studies in astrology is the family tradition. You study astrology?
Yes.
Naturally, it is a beautiful language that contains much of our heritage. I really feel like this guy grew up in a different world.
You see.
He's basically fluent, unfortunately. His words I'm not going to even try to pronounce.
Ugh.
I know just enough to understand you, and it's still annoying. Wait, why do you understand astrology? I don't know, not that much. What I know is all because of two people. One of them was this kid. Oh, Uncle, you don't give yourself enough credit. Oh, Uncle, you don't give yourself enough credit. The show's about to start. I'm so excited. You've seen this 100 times. Doesn't make it any less awesome. I get it.
Hey.
Shh, everyone. Shush, everyone. The lights dimmed, the gentle chatter faded. For a moment there was only peace, and silence rested over everything. But in the quiet, in the stillness, there was an underlying thrill of anticipation. The annual pageant was something that every lunar city citizen had seen dozens of times, and yet sometimes the oldest stories of the most beloved. One more breath, and then the curtain opened. What played out on that stage was a tale that we all know full well. And a long time ago, before Lunar City was created, before history began, 12 of man rose from the sea. But they were met with a world of fangs and shadow, a world where rabid beasts prowled, where flowers blossomed from venom, where lava boiled in putrid fissures. The land was harsh. Stars rained from the skies and struck the ground with blood. A never-ending sea of ash tainted the horizon. Relentless winds cut into the flesh like knives. Yet the 12 would not admit defeat. On that day, they resolved to tame all of nature and create the birthplace of civilization. The rat. The first was shrewd. He knew that the others would take care of everything practical, food, water, shelter. He cared little for the well-being of others or trivial pursuits like altruism. So instead, he thought ahead. To secure his future, he built a storehouse, vast and opulent, something that would be envied in the harsh winters and plagues. He was given the name Lumie, the rat. The second, selfless and dependable, worked tirelessly to cultivate the barren soil into rich, fertile grounds for planting. From dawn until dusk, she toiled until she was soaked with sweat and blood. She was honored for her willingness to carry out the necessary tasks that others avoided. She was given the name of Limisha, the ox. The third was short-tempered and quick to battle. He spent several lifetimes crafting and honing a legendary blade embedded with minerals from the Earth's core. These are all sounding pretty familiar, and the hair color is the same. When it was finished, he became the sentinel of the city, defending its borders from the rabid beasts. He was given the name Jing, the tiger, and to this day the lost blade of Lu Jing, the Lu Jing Kil, still widely sought after. Fourth was alert and observant, constantly predicting danger in both the present and the future. She heeded the threat of the Earth's fissures, the potential origin of eruptions, poisonous vapor, even unknown creatures from down below. So she made it her life mission to seal the chasms, whether with bridges, natural coverings, or the burying beneath layers of rock. She was given the name Lyrian, the rabbit. The fifth, the wisest of them all, disappeared without a trace. He journeyed alone to distant lands, searching for something that would cure the darkness of night. Is that the guy that was staring at me? Searching for something that would cure the darkness of night. One day he finally returned, and on his shoulders lay the gleaming moon, which pierced through the shadows like a crescent spear. He scaled the heights of the tallest mountain in the San Mara's range and placed it in the sky. That night, and every night thereafter, the moon shone, chasing away the impenetrable dark. He was given the name Lusai, the dragon. For his wisdom and labor, the 12 instated him as their venerable leader. The sixth was a lover of beauty. He saw how beauty could uplift weary souls and cure burdened spirits. So he dedicated himself to crafting delicate treasures and trinkets. Some would bring wonder, others would bring hope, others simple amusement. In this way, he shared his extraordinary talents. He was given the name of Lucima, the snake. The seventh, who was known to be lively and full of compassion, built the very first school. She constructed a place where children could be educated in history, literature, and mathematics. With her great heart for youth and learning, she single-handedly inspired a movement for knowledge and literacy. Under her watch, education and entertainment were never far apart. She was given the name Likoi, the horse. Holy crap, there's a lot of these people. I need to take a drink every 5 seconds. The eighth was passionate and impulsive. Her personality was exactly like the wild, hostile oceans that churned around the island. Through persistence, hard work, and years of frustration, she finally tamed the waters into something usable. It is said that throughout the process, she learned much about herself, and that is why water provides a reflection to this day. She was given the name Lirana, the ram. The ninth, playful and spirited, was always looking for opportunities to have fun. For his project, he assembled a giant garden of trees, flowers, and shrubbery, a lively, colorful place where families could gather and enjoy themselves. He included swings, mazes, tree houses, anything that a child could ever wish for. He was given the name of Lukongo, the monkey. The 10th loved the morning and was of the morning. She was distraught when she saw the foul quality of the air, so she purified the skies of the dust and ashes. Her hope was that every man could wake up, step outside, take a deep breath, and love the morning just as much as she did. She was given the name Lichiel, the rooster. More of them? I know, right? There's so many. I love this, but holy crap. Although it makes sense. There are a lot of Zodiacs. So I'm guessing all the Zodiacs are going to be in here. The 11th was steadfast and loyal. Throughout history, he became the cornerstone of the Zodiacs. He earnestly watched over them, constructing their homes, watching their children, and overseeing their moments of conflict. He dedicated the very essence of his life to them. He was given the name Ludal, the dog. The 12th, passionate and deeply focused, treated the sick and wounded. She built the first hospital and studied medicine earnestly. She could never be found in the same place. Her feet were always itching, taking her to people begging her for doctors and helpers. She became a wanderer and a nomad in her quest to fight death itself. She was given the name Lisson, the pig. Thousands of years passed. The 12 ruled side by side over Lunar City. The pig is me, lol. Nice. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me again, jeez. Whew. Thousands of years passed. The 12 ruled side by side over Lunar City. As the citadel thrived and grew, they divided Lunar Isle into 4 provinces. Canton Silo, the eastern part of the island, was to boast a lively city life. Canton Orb, the southern peninsula and the largest province, was reserved for a society of agriculture. The Canton Westex, which laid by beautiful natural features in the west, led a peaceful village culture. And Canton Arches, set by the mountains of the north, became the home of wealthy socialites. Yet as the citadel continued to grow, the people began to grumble. Why were they ruled by others? Why were they not allowed to rule themselves? They scorned the wisdom of the 12 and demanded a share of the power. So, with heavy hearts, 6 of the 12 stepped down, replaced by 6 ordinary citizens elected by popular vote. In this way, the power would be divided between the 12 and the citizens themselves. So peace prospered. For eras, all was calm. But this would not remain. Early one morning, the crier of Canton Arcus woke to a terrible smell coming from outside his window. The odor was thick, heavy, like rotting meat. He looked outside and he saw horror beyond horror. 44 carcasses were piled beneath the sweltering midsummer sun, right in the province square. The corpses, which were already infested with maggots, were impaled by a single sign etched in blood: Judgment of the Foolish. Their bodies were dismembered, their heads decapitated, cleanly and swiftly severed by the experienced strike of a blade. The crier alerted the canton officials immediately. The victims were identified as the families of the 6 elected citizens, those intended to share power with the 12. Panicked, the canton immediately turned to the Zodiacs, the legendary guardians who had also always guided their steps with wisdom and decorum. Excuse me, jeez. Why had the 6 mortals of the government been murdered? Who was responsible? Was the entire city in danger? And yet, at the hour of greatest need, the Zodiacs had vanished. No one was found. The citadel dissolved into utter chaos. Slowly, doubt and suspicion dragged the people into blind terror. Next of kin, blood brothers. I might go to bed. That's fine, hire whatever. Excuse me again, jeez. Drag the people into blind terror. Next of kin, blood brothers, sworn allies. Every link, no matter how strongly bound, was tested and broken. Riots rose and fell as quickly as the sun. Everyone became paranoid for his own life, driven by hallucinations into insanity. The cobblestone streets were bathed in rivers of blood and metal. And just like this, society disintegrated into anarchy. To hide their madness, the people began to fashion masks in a macabre depiction of the 12. The twisted leer of the rat, the bloodthirsty vengeance of the tiger, the uninhibited lunacy of the rooster. Every one of their past heroes was mutilated in celebration of porcelain and wood. With their identity safeguarded, the masked shamelessly killed all in their path, striking like bandits. There was no rhyme or reason to the slaughter. All that was left of the society was the desire for power and dominance. Night, or whatever. Sleep well, sweet dreams. For years, the city fell to pieces. The truth was forever lost as the elderly were slain and records caught fire. The past faded into ashes, burned in despair. And then a single thread snapped. The chaos stopped. The lunar city had shredded itself to an irreparable state. It could no longer sustain the sheer violence that the war demanded. So no structure remained to be destroyed. No soul remained to be slain. No fortune remained to be pillaged. My throat was hurting really bad. No structure remained to be destroyed, no soul remained to be slain, no fortune remained to be pillaged. The few survivors of mankind were forced to band together to ensure their survival, ending the bloodbath known as the Zodiac War. Slowly, stone by stone, they rebuilt the kneeling city back to its former glory. Slowly, person by person, they refashioned a new government led by a 12-member executive cabinet. Slowly, year by year, they repopulated the broken cantons and added one to their number, Canton Celesti, the canton of the government. Now, as we flourish and continuously rebuild, we await the return of our sentinels.
Wowie!
It was so gorgeous. No wonder season theater is so expensive. The music was well done. Live orchestras are rare.
Right?
It was like history came to life right before my eyes. History. Don't fool yourself, Harvenfest. It's a legend, fiction.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. But did you see those costumes and the set design? I bet that when the actors are on stage, they feel like they've just time traveled. Not likely. Do Halt and Sax not get along?
Well...
Hey, I bet that they had a great time either way, right, Twitchy? Or maybe they're just trying to remember their lines.
Oh?
Really?
Nah.
Probably not. They're pros after all.
Hey!
Well, Dumplings, the night is still young. What do you say we pop over to Season Tower and have ourselves a little dance? I'm game.
Yeah.
Same.
Eh.
Have fun. Aw, Gramps, come on. Why? There's no reason to go to Season Tower.
Wait!
Are you kidding? You've never gone to Season Tower? What kind of law-abiding citizen are you?
What?
Going to Season Tower is a vital part of Founders Day. What for? To get a good luck charm for the new year? To wait in line with bawling kids and pushy salesmen? To hear the same legends over 1,000 times? To remember our beginnings, Fulton. As if those are even... Never mind. He was definitely looking at me when he cut himself off. What is he hiding?
Uncle.
Uncle, do come with us. A night like this is very rare. Only comes every 365 days. You'd be missing out. Not quite, Miss Allison. A night like this is far more scarce than 365 days. What? Founders Day is every year.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, something is definitely fishy. Hold up, honey bumpkins. You're all missing the best part. Oh? The Lunar Waltz. Remember how fun it was, Pip? Who's Pip? Ah. He's Pip, apparently. Where did these nicknames come from? It was the very first year we actually managed to get Twitchy to dance with us. We can't drop that now. It's Gramps' turn.
Hey.
You're never getting me to dance. Wait, that means... Yes! Guys, Gramps is actually coming. He won't dance, but he's coming. I never said... Lunar Waltz, we're heading right for you!
Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle. Here's the aesthetic of Founders Day. A long string of booths planted down both sides of Season Way, piled with flowery lights, diverse wares, and colorful signage. A seemingly endless line leading to the entrance of Season Tower, flanked by stanchions. Clumps of people in traditional livery, boasting masks representing the 12. Everywhere you looked, there was something delicious cooking, or something exciting taking place, or something beautiful being made. That was the joy of Founders Day.
Wowie!
Look at all these masks! Ancient allegiance at its finest. Allegiance? Allegiance. Allegiance! Why did I say allegiance? It's probably not that deep.
Yeah.
Right on that one. Look how many people are wearing dragon masks. Everyone just wants to look cool. Really? I don't think that's always the case. Back in college, my hall would go to the festivals with our Likoi masks. We were like a clan. We stuck together, had a secret handshake and everything. One horse would leave another horse behind. That's because you're a nerd. But yeah, I do think that people find a special connection when they see others with the same mask. Yeah, all dragons tend to be narcissistic. The ones who pick dragon masks are usually kids with delusions of grandeur.
Maybe.
That's fair, but it's still a trend. Allison, which Zodiac do you think has the best reputation?
Well...
Dogs, of course. They are known to be particularly loyal and civil.
Pip.
Sorry, Pip, no one can beat the pigs. Every pig I've run into has been such a sweetheart. I think it's because you need to be humble to wear a pig mask.
Oh, really?
You're both wrong. Snakes are the only people who come close to being tolerable. They actually think, which is more than what most people can say. But snakes are mean and stingy. Hey, Twitch, back me up. I like dragon masks. Twitch has delusions of grandeur. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are any of you named Allison? Why are you answering for her? Allison, what do you think? Dog, pig, snake. I don't pick sides. I don't pick sides. Especially when I'm put on the spot. That's fair enough. Wait, can I go back? Wait. Wait, I didn't save. Hold on. Oops. Oops. Oh, I have to skip all this. And I can't do it manually. Ugh.
Wowie.
Oh, I like that. Dog, pig, snake.
Correct.
Oh man. Keyboard bar. Pig. I don't pick sides. That's what you're gonna put on the spot. It's fair enough. What's that question for?
Well,
Well, on the internet they say that a person's answer to that question decides how many people they'll end up dating. For example, someone who picks dog will be dedicated to only to one person their entire life. But someone who picks pig is more likely to be a player because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. It's a social question. I didn't know that you were into things like that.
Zax.
Zax quite enjoys popular culture, particularly that which is aimed at preteen girls. Personality quizzes, popularity polls, social questions, tabloids.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything wildly inaccurate. Wow, guys, what a flattering picture you paint. I don't even really like tabloids. It's just necessary for us to be in the know. Like, for example, now we know that Allison has an will have an identity crisis meltdown because she refuses to pick sides. Zax?
Huh?
Yes? This is like planning the course of your life around a clickbait article. Joke! I'm joking! Wait, does this mean that I'm a player? This is grim news indeed. Twitch, we're off to cure my ills. Quick, everyone into the season tower line. We need the lunar waltz. What does the lunar waltz have to do with being a player?
Well?
I'll only dance with one person, of course. Defiance of fate. I don't think you need to take it that seriously. It's just a social question. Pretty sure that she just wants to get in line. The line to Season 2 Tower is unique. Apparently some people travel entire cantons just to wait in it for the authentic festival experience. I've never understood it, but then again, I've never thought that it was anything special. It's very, very long. It's flanked by booths to keep the attentions, wallets of impatient citizens. Most adjacent strangers end up talking to each other, because there's little else to do in a 3-hour wait. Usually the line only forms on Founders Day, because Founders Day is the only time when the Lunar Waltz is held inside Season Tower. Later, a line would form for a very different reason. Not that it matters for now.
Hey!
This is definitely my favorite part of Founders Day. Waiting in line. Line shopping. We can look at all these cool booths, but everything's always crazy overpriced.
Pip.
Pip, you should get something for your office. I know how much you like ancient trinkets. Well, I'm not sure. Too pricey?
No.
I was going to say inauthentic, but yes, that as well. Inauthenticity? Is he saying that all the stuff in his office are bona fide ancient artifacts? That's impossible. Anything that survived from before the Zodiac War was claimed as government property and moved to museums. You can't just keep stuff like that in the back room of a diner, can you? Wait, what do you mean by inauthentic?
I thought...
They're mass-produced for public consumption. Consequently, there's neither story nor lineage to them. Right. So, you're in possession of legitimate historical antiques?
Isn't it normal?
It definitely isn't.
However...
But they're simply family heirlooms. Most of the swords aren't even sharp anymore. Most of the... Okay, time to switch perspectives. What if your office is burglarized? It's not exactly high security, not compared to the museum. Then that would be a very unfortunate day for the burglar. Is no one else concerned about this man? Holy crap, mask stand! Carry on, dumplings, I have a mask to buy. I just increased my relationship with him without even knowing it. You're buying a mask? She buys one every year. Every year?
Right.
Yep, for me, it's not just a costume piece. No, right, for me, it's not just a costume piece. It sounds weird, but whenever I look at a mask from a certain year, I feel like it's absorbed all the memories from that year. It actually feels very special. That's why I buy a new one every year, my obligatory annual mask purchase. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Really?
Isn't it? I think more people should do it. Let's see, last time I got a whole mask, so maybe half a mask this year. What do you think I should get, Allison? Me? Isn't it your choice of ancient
No.
allegiance? Oh, nah. I bought so many that it's more like art to me. Just pick the prettiest one or the one with the most personality. Is it really okay for me to choose? It sounds like a significant decision. I want you to. Call it an artist's intuition, but I have this weird feeling that you're going to become really important to all of us. I hope she never finds out that I'm a journalist. She's too sweet to deserve this. Monkey Rabbit ran. I can't pick the dragon, huh? Weird. Strange. Monkey Rabbit ran. Rabbit. How about the rabbit mask? Feels very elegant and delicate. Oh! Why the rabbit? Is there something wrong with the rabbit? No, I just, there's 12 Zodiacs, so out of all of them, why the rabbit? Why not the rabbit? I know, right? It's just a mask after all. Silly me. I bet it is, darling honey nugget. Excuse me, man, you got a buyer. I shouldn't have to snoop around these people. They all seem so nice. Well, most of them. And even the prickly ones clearly care for their friends.
Little human.
Hello, you little human. A few minutes of your time. Little human? That's unusual.
Yes.
Me? Yes, little human, you. The unusual man was standing behind a lively booth. Well, sort of lively. It had bright colors and beautiful ribbons and everything expected of a lively booth. But there was one thing that made it unusual. It was completely empty. There was no merchandise, no signage, no price tags, not even a tip box. The counter was bare, and he was leaning idly against it, examining his fingernails like they were the most interesting and anatomical feature in the world. Simply put, the booth shouldn't have been empty. It took time to nab one, and money, lots and lots of money. The line to the Lunar Waltz was known to be a highly contested business opportunity for vendors, so season way permits were only made available the day before Founders Day, and it was competitive. Aspiring business owners would camp on the steps of the Civil Center and swarm the entrance on opening day. There were horror stories of extortion, bribery, and even paying hitmen to lessen the competition. So who on earth would spend ridiculous resources to secure a booth, only to do nothing with it? I'm not interested in buying anything, sorry. Just as well, I'm not interested in selling anything. Then, no offense, but why are you talking to me? Well, it's not every day you meet an undercover journalist. This was when I realized that something was terribly, horribly wrong. This was when I realized that I might have just gotten way over my head. A sum of little cues all jammed together created a very ominous picture. A little human, a mask of a cat, an undercover journalist, and an empty booth. Should I have listened to my instincts of self-preservation and bolted away from that place, dropping the job and dinging the consequences? Maybe things would have been very, very different. Or maybe they would have been the same. Who are you? How do we know each other? You may call me the cat. We don't know each other.
Oh?
Why are you surprised? You oughtn't be. My superpower is telepathy. Superpower, telepathy. You don't believe me? Even after I showed you a first-hand display? It wasn't any kind of display. I wasn't thinking anything about being a journalist.
Oh, child.
You'd be surprised at everything humans think that they don't think they think. It's a very convoluted sentence. Oh good, I was worried that I was losing my touch. He keeps talking about humans. But maybe I shouldn't read too much into this. People always get weird around this time of year. How do you know who I am?
Wonder.
I know everything. No one knows everything. Not true. I do. If you really did, why are you operating a street booth?
Huh?
This humble little booth of mine? Why, that is for me to know, for you to eternally wonder. What's the point in setting up a booth if you don't plan on using it? But I am using it, little human. Right, empty stall, no wares, no decor, this guy's weird. Then, well, then what do you want? Or did you start talking with me just to make idle conversation?
Precisely.
Exactly that. I quite enjoy idle conversation.
Little human.
So, what think you of the weather? It's fine, I guess.
Really?
Is that so? How curious. It seems rather ominous to me. There's not a cloud in the sky. I can't imagine rain would be coming anytime soon. No, not rain. Fire. I wanted to laugh. I tried to do it. Open my mouth, heave my diaphragm, shaped the symbols that went something like Nothing came out. The sound dried up in my throat, illogically, like my subconscious knew something that my mind refused to accept. All my inborn alarm bells were clamoring for escape. Run, run, run from this creep, this psycho, this oddball who went through all the trouble buying a booth spot on the most crowded holiday of the year, and all for what? To get to me, of course. Or maybe I should instead say to get through me. I pressed myself further into the line, pushing distance between me and the terrifying stranger, but through the commotion, the festivities, the celebration in the air, I heard the final tendrils of his voice. Oh, little human, don't run. I might have to chase you. A human is full of secrets. A cat finds them all. Allison? Came to my senses in the middle of the street. The crowd was bustling around me, a sluggish river full of muffled noise and blurry light, and I realized that Leaf was holding my wrist with a loose grip, peering at my face. I instinctively jerked away.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, did I scare you? Oh, no, it's fine. I'm fine. You didn't look fine, you were crouching at the side of the road like you were about to throw up. I was? Yes, it doesn't make sense. It was just a weird encounter. There's no reason for me to feel sick. You felt sick after meeting someone? Yeah, I guess. A stranger. Who? Some random booth attendant, I think.
Hey.
It takes just 1/10 of a second to make a first impression. Posture, style, speech, expression, everything is cute. Maybe this particular person raised a lot of dangerous signs. Maybe it was definitely creepy, but first impressions are usually wrong, because it's fundamental attribution error. The what? It's a cognitive bias.
Here's the thing.
Let's say that I fainted right here, right now, and let's say that you had to drive me to the hospital or I die. Because if the situation was urgent, you'd speed down every road, and you'd even turn red lights. Now you might think, I'm not normally a reckless driver, I'm just trying to save your life. You know your circumstances, so you don't judge yourself. But if you see someone else speeding and running reds, you judge their character, not their circumstances. You think that they were reckless, or angry, or just more moronic. Why? Because you don't know their internal circumstances. You only know yours. It's the fundamental attribution error. And it's why a lot of first impressions are incorrect. You have incomplete knowledge of other situations, so we jump to conclusions. So, you're saying that my first impression of him was definitely wrong. Not necessarily. Your first impression is incomplete. All first impressions are, but it could go either way. Maybe the stranger is fine, or maybe he's 10 times as psychotic as you think it is. Right. Wait, I didn't say anything about him being psychotic. It was a guess. People feel sick when they're in immediate danger. That tends to be limited to perverts and psychos. And perverts have better places to be on Founders Day than operating a line booth. Dang, dang, I didn't mean to press that button. Thank you for your concern. Concern? I guess it is. Come on, we're in the next group for the dance. We managed to push off the encounter as nothing but an abnormality of Founders Day. People got drunk, high, made impulsive decisions, wore masks, acted like completely different people, all for fun. The cat had to be one such person. Had to be. Season Tower was considered in a way to be the birthplace of Lunar City. It was a monument created in honor of the 12 Zodiacs. Of course, that couldn't actually be true, because practically everything before the Zodiac War had been destroyed. Excuse me, jeez. In actuality, Season Tower was created during the rebuilding after the war. It was meant to be a reminder and a warning for future generations to not be foolish and divisive, but over time it had turned into something more like a tourist attraction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lunar Waltz. When the music has concluded, please exit through the doors on your right.
Oh.
Ooh, they have this down like a well-oiled machine. If Mars were here, she'd approve of how smoothly everything is running.
Well.
If Mars were here, I think she'd just be scolding us for wasting our time in frivolous pursuits like dancing. Maybe, maybe not. Dances and other highbrow social events are important for business networking.
Yes.
Marion may consider it rather lucrative, in fact. Marion Teller, the one absentee. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lunar Waltz shall now commence. Twitchy, that's our cue. Let's go.
Jules!
Jules, wait. I see a cousin of mine. If you don't mind, I'll be off.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take a look at the exhibits. I suppose that I can't possibly get you to dance. Nope. And I suppose that your agenda encompasses sulking in a corner for the whole time. Dancing wouldn't make it better. It's business, not mine. Have fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. These aren't my type of dances. You have a type?
Maybe.
Martial arts fusion isn't bad. You've done martial arts fusion
Had
before?
a job once.
You don't need to know, of course. Typical. That wasn't on the files as usual.
Hey,
Hey kid. Yes?
look.
Been wondering, how did you meet all of us within a week of each other? And none of them were casual encounters who quickly became pretty memorable. Crap, I figured that someone would notice at some point, but even so, nothing I can do at this point but feign ignorance. All of who? Never mind. You don't seem like a bad kid, and half of it was probably our fault anyway. Feels like he's talking to himself more than me. Halls? You should go dance, kid. Make tonight a night to remember, drink or do whatever kids do these days. How encouraging. I guess I'll just take his advice. Founders Day is the best holiday of the year. Be ashamed to just ignore it.
Oh.
What a pleasant surprise.
I wonder.
What do they say in times like these? Long time no see. How'd you get inside? Doors are the only... I thought... Little human, I assure you I am a perfectly law-abiding citizen. I was right behind you. Did you not notice? Didn't you notice? Well, perhaps it was more like 10 persons behind you. But nonetheless. But your booth... well, I have better avenues to sell merchandise anyway. Would you care for a dance? I care very much not to have one. Just as well, I hate dancing, in the literal sense, of course. What's that supposed to mean?
Naturally.
An intellectual dance with you would be delightful, little human. You may not know the steps, but oh, are you natural. Can't you just leave me alone? If you keep this up, I might have to call for a restraining order. Bravo, your first step. Now it is my turn. Look forward to my move, little human. Won't be long. Wait. Or actually, it's good if he leaves, isn't it?
Allison?
Alice? Oh, it's just you. Sorry, I'm a little on edge.
Okay.
What happened? I think I might have a stalker. I'm gonna say the complete truth and say I think I might have a stalker. I think I might have a stalker.
Huh?
Stalker? I know that this time of year is always strange, but this guy who I've never met before is following me around. Maybe you found yourself an admirer? If only. I think he made it a threat. You mentioned that fire was in the weather forecast. Who'd do that unless it was a threat? A literature major? The fire forecast could be a metaphor for his burning passion for you. I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with metaphors, and that he's not a literature major. But, it'll be fine. I probably won't see him again after tonight. Why aren't you dancing? Don't enjoy it? Not with strangers. Or is this your way of offering?
Hey.
Oh, you finally smiled. I'm glad. You've been looking stressed all night. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless that's your resting face. I don't even know how to answer that question. An insult if it's your resting face, and a compliment if it's not. Zax. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the Lunar Waltz. Please exit to the doors on your right. Oh, guess that means we should go. I left that party having talked with 3 people. 1, someone who was most certainly not an admirer. 2, someone who had an old soul. 3, a psycho. Who was who and which was which? Well, that's the part in question. That was so refreshing. Nothing like a little exercise to get the creative juices flowing. Oh, come to think of it, you and Leaf go hiking, right? Does it help you write songs? Being out in nature always does help. But hiking also serves another purpose. It's important to keep healthy, Pumpkin. Healthy and strong. For what?
Oh.
Not spending the rest of your life in a hospital. Helping people. You never know when others might need the gift you were born with. That's why I like hiking and running. But not push-ups. I'll do them, but I don't know why anyone would like push-ups.
I don't know.
Pretty sure that most people don't. You definitely do not. I wonder whose fault that is. It was a bet, cousin. 1 fair and square. I still maintain that you and B totally conned me. Cousin? Is that literal, figurative? At this rate, you're going to need to draw a relationship chart. You and Beckett are related?
Right.
Might as well be, to be honest.
You see.
There is no blood relation, but we are family. How did that end up happening?
That's
It's a bit of a long tale.
You know.
Basically, we were in the same college, Fred. I was a big history nerd, and this guy was walking around with a legitimate sword. Ow! Don't tell a poor woman blatant lies, cousin. It becomes a habit that is not easy to cure. Aw, come on, the idea of you being a college frat is hilarious.
So.
And what else? Not true.
Yeah.
Aw, come on, why are you the only one who gets to tease people?
Naturally.
I'm older. You're not that much older. I'm still older. This guy. Okay. Truth is, Allison, our families knew each other since before we were born. Beckett never was in a college frat or went to college at all. Their families knew each other. So, Beckett and Zax were childhood friends, and Beckett and Leaf were also apparently childhood friends, I think. Excuse me. And does that make Leaf and Zax childhood friends by association? They don't seem that close. I don't understand these dynamics. Hey, you don't need to look that surprised that he's a degreeless commoner. He was homeschooled, so it's not like he isn't educated. Though sometimes I do wonder. Ow! Joke. Joke, cuz it's joke.
Oh.
Pardon, my hand slipped. Sure. Seems lively over
Uncle.
here. Just a bit of chatting, Uncle. Where's July and Leaf? July ran off, said something like, Eureka! Bye-bye, dear cherry blossoms, my muse calls for me. Leaf didn't want her walking a night by herself, so he went with her. Good man. Think of how much trouble Jules would get into if she did all of her shenanigans alone. It's a good thing she has us to cover for her. Perhaps. But she is also the strongest spirit. She strengthens ours. It's getting late. I should return to my family's gathering.
Oh.
It's a bit of a drive.
Yes.
Yes, but it wouldn't do for me to miss the celebration entirely. Thank you for the pleasant evening, Miss Allison. It was lovely to see everyone again. But I thought they were all close friends.
Well.
Farewell, happy Founders Day. Drive safe, cuz. Don't get a ticket. I saw that loser. You guys seem to get along.
Yep.
Well, living in the same house for 6 years will do that to you. Either you get along or you get evicted, you know? Same house. Yeah. I went to live with this family for a while. 6 years. For what, I wonder? Studying for a degree?
Hey.
I should probably pop out, too. But thanks, Allison. I had a great time. We should hang out again. Favor or no favor? Sure thing. So what about you? I assume that you're also heading out? Maybe, but it's dangerous for a kid to walk around alone. She could set something on fire. You have a very prickly way of offering your company, do you know that?
Well,
Because I'm not offering my company. I'm performing a civic duty by keeping children from accidental terrorism. Okay, now you're just being difficult. My apartment's on the bus route. I'm pretty sure that I won't set anything on fire on the way. Take care of yourself, kid. The only thing more dangerous than looking for trouble is not recognizing it when it comes. Are you saying that I'm in danger?
get used to it.
I'm saying that you should be careful. In this world, you're the only person who can look out for yourself. This guy's just a fountain of old man quotes. But at least it does seem genuinely concerned. Goodbye, kid. Keep your eyes open. And that was the conclusion of the eventful Founders Day. Is what I like to say, but it's also false. In a way, I wish that I could just ignore what happened afterward. I wish that I had gone to bed without writing a single word. But as the saying goes, if wishes were fishes, we'd all swim in riches. But really, wouldn't we just be swimming with the fishes? Wow, so peaceful and quiet compared to the season way. Hang on. What's that smell? Is that smoke? It was indeed smoke. Lots of smoke. A neighboring apartment complex just down the block. Well, a sizable chunk of it, at least was ablaze. The place was hedged by fire engines and a cacophony of wailing sirens. I can make out a swarm of figures, firemen and policemen, and EMTs, and lawyers and insurance representatives, and...
Wait!
Please, my daughter's still inside. Someone save her. Sir, please remain here. We'll cover her as quickly as possible. Someone stop those sirens? Sane folk are trying to get some sleep. Hello, ma'am, sir. If you sign up for our coverage, your losses in this unfortunate incident will be greatly reduced. Struck in a trance, only to what my instincts offered, I checked my camera for its bag. That's when I caught a glimpse of the figure who bounded out of the window, weightless. He flew like a crane, clothes rippling around his lanky figure. Slung over his shoulder was a person with flecks of ash and soot embedded in their clothes' hairy skin. Despite the heavy burden, he landed effortlessly. He unceremoniously dumped the body on the turf, pressing the tips of his fingers lightly to the civilian's neck. After a moment, he nodded, satisfied, and stood. A bustling officer stopped next to him. Hands clamped on a walkie-talkie. Is that the citizen you're carrying, sir?
Let's go.
There are 3 more within who require aid. Who are you? Are you authorized to do this? Humans so concerned with trivialities. Very well, if you shall not endeavor to save him, then I will. Civilians, stop! And back in he went. I'll never forget how I felt in that moment. Watching a man who I had only regarded as a creep and a psycho disappear into the jaws of fire. The image of a single silhouette being consumed by a crashing wave of red was powerful enough to stay with me for weeks. In that brief moment, the malefactor became the martyr. Even from my safe distance, I felt the press of the furious heat against my skin. It didn't stop me from clicking the shutter frantically, capturing every frame I possibly could. The cat diving through the open air with all the grace of a swan. The line of fire engines blocking the side of the street. The mob of people, some crying, some silent, most staring wide-eyed at their crumbling home. Some journalists might have been thrilled. Given their contagious nature, fires could make headlines, especially if the casualty count was high. The stench of smoke was thick in the air, an iron wall coating the back of my throat and making my lungs feel scratchy. The wail of sirens was oppressive. Cork screams shattered sharply into the center of my skull. I saw the victims scattered down the sidewalk, watching their possessions and livelihoods burn to dust, praying desperately for the safety of their loved ones, experiencing tragedy on what should have been the happiest day of the year. Abashed, I lowered my camera and showed closer around the complex to the backside. Here it was quieter. No insurance representatives, no law enforcement, no first responders. The figure of the cat flickered occasionally in the windows, a brief form that would sometimes disperse the smoke. My angle was hardly ideal, blocked by debris, furniture, and pillars, but there seemed to be light coming from the building. I cautiously inched closer, raising my camera to peer through the zoom lens. Pinpricks of colored beams, which resembled LED lights, shot faintly through the smoke. They moved with the cat's limbs, as if affixed to the equipment on his arms and legs. I've broken out of a trance by a terrifying, convulsing groan above me. I stumbled back, looking frantically for the source. The upper floor was gripped by an explosion. Debris rocketed out of the windows, pinwheeling right towards my skull. Something abruptly pulled me out of the way. No, not something. Someone. Framed by ashes and haloed by dying specks of fire, a man smirked lightly at me from beneath a tidy fedora. He His shoulders were rolled back, relaxed, almost as if he was taking a leisurely stroll, not standing next to a residential catastrophe. I was frozen in place, the gears in my head had completely stopped, confronted with the sudden possibility of death. Has anyone ever told you not to play with fire? I'll take that as a no. I almost died. You tried your dangest, but you didn't. Because you saved me. Why? Do you have such a low opinion of the common man? Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not in the habit of letting innocent little girls get burned alive or squashed by metal pipes. Is it a habit of yours to be so unaware of your surroundings? His smooth jab recovered some of my senses. Attacks on human pride often do. Is it a habit of yours to carry a lighter with sooty fingers? Oh, I see. You suspect that I'm the person who started this fire. Am I wrong? Would I tell you if you weren't? You were at the season theater. I saw you. You were looking my direction.
Maybe.
The broad general direction where 100 people were standing, yes. So you remember me. Cute girl staring at me. Not easy to forget. Can't fault me for that one, can you? You know what? We should probably exit the premises. There's better places to engage in pleasantries than a burning building. So he led me away from the chaos and back onto the quiet residential streets.
Well?
Well, you're already looking better. How did it feel to have a foot through death's door? That jarring, huh? I'm trying to figure out whether you're trustworthy or not. You saved my life. I'm thankful for that. But I also saw you in this season theater, and you're carrying a lighter right next to an apartment that's on fire. This lighter? You know, I'm just a little disappointed. I thought you'd be more of the clever sort.
Really?
What? If I really did commit this arson, as you so delicately imply, why would I carry the lighter in plain sight? Or why would I have saved you? Lapse of judgment. Then why would I allow you to remain alive after uncovering my true identity? Continue lapse of judgment? You're an interesting woman, milady. Well, I admit that it's unlikely, but then why are you carrying a lighter in the first place? Right. Well, perhaps I wanted to smoke. I don't think I can buy that.
Exactly.
Then don't. You should be relaxing, milady. What you need right now isn't witty repartee. You need a shock blanket and a mug of cocoa. What a patronizing tone. I don't live at that apartment, if that's what you mean. You nearly died. That's enough to rattle anybody. See, showing concern. I can't really tell past all these mind games. If you're carrying the lighter, you know something about the fire, don't you? Fail to see how that relates to the topic at hand. Besides, I'm technically not carrying it. I just happen to be carrying a plastic bag with a lighter in it. But it sounds like you know something. Shouldn't you talk to the police? If you provide a witness testimony, you'll be helping a lot of people. Poorly disguised request, milady. I know that you still think I'm responsible. Well, if you're innocent, then there shouldn't be any problem. Shouldn't there? Sadly, life isn't so cut and dry. Talking to the police might be a little complicated. Right, and how am I supposed to do that? Go ahead. Huh?
Look.
You want to report me, don't you? Might as well do it now. If you call too late, you might lose me. Can't read him, not one bit. Why are you making fun of me? I'm being wholly sincere, milady. I don't believe that. What a coincidence. Neither do I. Okay, let's think about it this way. There are victims of that fire, even if they're physically untouched. Precious memories and possessions have been burned away. You really seem to know something. Can't you help them out just by giving your testimony? You're quite a moving person when you try, aren't you, milady? Not moving enough if it doesn't make you say yes.
Look.
Unfortunately, I don't know a thing about the fire. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Interesting. What is? You actually expect me to answer you? Pardon me, milady, but what do I owe you?
Well.
Nothing. Well, to be fair, it doesn't really matter either way. I don't know anything about the fire, aside from the fact that it exists. It's not what I was here for. Then what were you here for? Would you believe me if I said afternoon tea? Since it's not afternoon, no. I suppose you'll have to remain unsatisfied. My apologies. For a moment we fell silent, our non-stop give and take, back, forth, parry, riposte. It gently shifted into something a little darker, a little deeper, and a little more human. Doubt. Suspicion is one thing, because, well, when you're suspicious of something, you don't always have a connection to it. But doubt. You can only doubt something that you want to trust. You can only doubt something in which you hope for the best.
Milady?
Well, I think I've taken up enough of your time. Evening, milady. Wait. Thank you for saving my life.
Ah,
You're welcome. That's it? That felt normal, gentle. What should I call you? You can call me Dexter, lady. Is that your real name? Now, why would I give my real name to a stranger? Especially a stranger who's a journalist. What? This is the second time today that a stranger mysteriously knew about me. It couldn't be that he just guessed, could it? Do we know each other? No, we don't. Then how? Wait, asking if we know each other implies that our connection is a two-way street. In other words, not only does he have to know me, but I have to know him. Maybe we need to change our question. Then, do you know me? You can call it that.
milady?
Stay safe around here, milady. That was the first time I met Dexter, or so I thought. Meeting strangers is always such an interesting thing. If you think about it, you could be running into the same person your entire life. The same people in your entire life, and you wouldn't even realize it. The grocer checking out your items could have once boarded the same train as you. The camper on the other side of the mountain could have once fulfilled your prescription. The substitute teacher, the janitor, the gardener, the real estate agent. Sometimes you meet once in a lifetime, sometimes twice, sometimes many times. So much happened today. My mind is a blur. I have so many questions on the Zodiacs, on the cat, on Dexter, but I doubt that those questions will have any answers. Well, first things first, I have a job, and that job demands articles to be written. Considering that the cat was at the huge fire, maybe I should write something centered around him. He ran into that fire like it was nothing. He ignored smoke inhalation, heat exhaustion, even the structural dangers of a burning building. It's weird to admit, but it definitely didn't seem human. Well, even if it's explainable, I'm sure the Pathfinder will be happy if I frame it in the context of something supernatural. Maybe I can claim that this cat is the Zodiac in disguise. Time for a lot of late-night calls. August. I'm not gonna read this. Time to get some sleep. Oh, okay. Hello? Tobos Hayes. Sorry? So tired. What time is it? Go post haste. I said, are you not listening, Miss Hart? Sorry, what are you talking about? Your article, Miss Hart, is fit to burst. My article? Yes, your article. We must answer the readers at once. Head to that diner, Miss Hart. Hang on, my article? I have to check this. Supernature on top of their game. They got the news on the fire out faster than Celeste Broadcasting Company props. Is this for real? There's no cat in Zodiac, is there? 12. It's another vigilante just like the sighting. Oh my. What if it's real? What if the 12 are back? Did anyone catch the video? It looked like his arms were glowing. What? Did it really did blow up? How?
Listen!
Go to the diner this very instant. I require answers. Now? It's 5 in the morning. I've only slept for 2 hours. Yes, now if it is such an issue, I'm certain that overtime pay will suffice. Now go! Oh, I didn't really see straight. Where's the door? Oh, here. I didn't know that this diner was still open. Or is it that it opens early? Well, boss says go, so in I go. Mine was not to reason why. Mine was what to do, and... Table for one, please. This was the part where I rubbed my eyes, and rubbed them again. Weapons that looked like they were forged of light and smoke, uncovered from storybooks. I didn't know what to do.
You fool!
Seems alive. Hardenfest, did you not lock the door?
Ah!
I was a bit occupied at the moment, if you remember, with, you know, bringing the news in the first place.
Now.
There's no time to argue. That was when Beckett's eyes fixed on mine, deep and piercing, paralyzing every bone in my body. That was when I realized I made a terrible, terrible mistake. Like lightning, no, like the northern sea, ancient and sorrowful and frigid to the touch, he flew across the floor, snapping his empty hand forward. Before I could blink, a shining mist crackled around his hand and whipped up his arm. It solidified into a blade that rested against my throat. Cold, as all my mind registered. The sword was deathly cold, to the point where I was convinced the weapon was made of ice. What? Apologies, Miss Allison. I hate to draw my blade against an unarmed woman, but I'm afraid we can't let you leave. This is madness. Absolute madness. Glowing eyes, weapons forged from light, an indescribable aura of power crackling in the air. Why? It was all the makings of a legend. Demo end. Holy crap! That was awesome! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. That was so cool! I loved that! Oh my gosh. This was awesome. Nice. Oh my gosh. This was so good. Holy crap. Oh, I hate that it's a demo. Why? Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. This is... Oh. Oh gosh. This was so cool. Thanks for playing. Get updates, discuss the game, and support us at blah 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 blah. That is so cool. my gosh! Oh my gosh! I love that! Oh, it's so good! Holy crap! This is one of my new favorite visual novels ever, because, oh my gosh, that was such a good one. I mean, oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to calm down. But oh, wow. I loved that so much. The ending, though, it's gonna keep me awake for weeks. I mean, like, what the heck happened? Oh my gosh. Oh, please, I know I can't support them because I'm broke, but please, if you are able to lend money or anything like that, just go and support them on the website that they were talking about. Like, oh my gosh, that was so good. That was amazing. I mean, oh my gosh, I can't even think of anything bad about it. Maybe I think some of the grammar was off, but everything else was so good. Oh, I cannot wait till the full release. I am so totally going to play that when it's fully released. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna end that stream there. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you're interested in my Discord, it's in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video or live stream.